Hello, guys and girls. Hello, Governor. Hello, Governor. Let's do some testing today, shall we? Well, it wouldn't be a stream unless we started it out with the nice little intros now, would it? So, I got to get that tune stuck in your head, Doot. That's right. Get the tune stuck in your head. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right. So we're going to get started on some more testing today. I really didn't get a lot of good testing in the previous couple days because, my life has been busy. But that doesn't stop me from doing the testing when I can. I'll be on Discord, of course, if anybody wants to join me from the kinship. And I don't know what I'm going to test today. I've got a lot of ideas. I still need to get a hold of couple of the unique items, but I was playing around with a build before I logged out, a bone splinter build, basically just kind of like trying to see how high I could scale bone splinter damage. There's a lot of ways you can get basically like free bone splinters is kind of like how I'm running this, so it's should be kind of interesting. I haven't put a poll up yet though.
I'm not ready yet.
You know what, let's do a poll on Diablo 4 skills. That sounds like fun. So what is your favorite? I think that's how you spell it anyway. What's up, Gadget? Favorite type of skill in Diablo 4. So basically this will come down to like basic skills, core skills. The next category will be like mastery slash wrath slash trying to think of like the different names for the different categories of those skills. It's like mastery, wrath, core, or mastery, wrath, and then like I think macabre I think is another one. Macabre. There's like a subsection. Boop. There you go. I had to throw in one joke answer. Had to. What's up, Steph? What's up, Jessamine? What's up, John? I got something, a surprise behind me, but I don't want to give it away. You guys can see it a little bit, but you guys can't see the whole thing, so you guys don't know what it is. You guys don't know. Surprises behind me. Do, 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 do. Bet you can't guess. I could show you guys, maybe. I don't know if I feel like it, but... Yeah, it looks pretty neat. I can like drape it around my shoulders. Let's go. It is a Wolverine jacket. It is. It's on the back of my chair though, so. I just got it in the mail today, so I was excited. As rightly I should be. As rightly I should be. Okay. It's too hot for jackets. It's too hot for jackets. Too hot. It's too hot for jackets. Way too hot for jackets. It's too hot for jackets. I might put it on though, at least once, just so I can see how it looks. We might have to put it on one time. I'll put it on just once. We'll put it on once. I gotta see what it looks like. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna put it on. All right, here, let me take off my restrictions on the camera. I've got restrictions, crop pad restrictions that prevent you from being able to see like pretty much everything that's going on around me. Which is how I like it. I don't want you to be able to see everything. Now you can see Cody's dog kennel in the back. Haha. See my tummy. I got a tummy. I'm not fat, but I do got a tummy. We're gonna put this on. Let's go. Let's put on the X-Men. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's it. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. I like that. What's he got on the back? Anything on the back? On the back. Yeah. Gotta get the button in. Got button in. We got that fancy Wolverine writing right there. We got a button in. I'm super excited about my jacket. I can't be wearing this. It's too hot, though. It's too hot. I can't be wearing this. It's too hot for that. Too hot for all that. Can't be wearing that. Can't be wearing that jacket all stream. I'll be dying. I'll be sweating. My keyboard mouse tray. Look. See, I got my mana potion, and I got my health potion on there. See. That's right. Y'all ain't got my cool stuff. I mean, you could have my cool stuff from my merch shop, but y'all ain't got my cool stuff, so it's unfortunate. It's very sad. I'm way too big. Look, see, then I'm taking up too much room on the screen. Can't even hardly see nothing. Gotta make that smaller. Weep. Bah weep got on any bomb. Alright, what are we doing today? I don't even know what we're doing. Dang it, I went back through that portal like 5 times already. Like, Jesus in heaven. Please stop doing the portal thing. I just want to leave. You know what? Give me some bodies. How about that? Since I'm here, I might as well take up some bodies. How about that? There you go. Give me some of them corpses. I like corpses. You know. I'm here. I'm a collector. I'm a corpse collector. Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead. You like today's kinky style? I don't know if it was kinky. I just put on a jacket, but okay. I mean, that's not like I grab my boobies and shake them on the camera or something. Now that would be kinky. Your mom's kinky. How about that? So this is my character based on the idea of like scaling bone splinters, which is interesting. Let me show you kind of like what he's capable of. As you can see, he does pretty good damage. I mean, I don't have him like fully scaled up or anything, but he's alright. I'm hitting some pretty decent overpowers. I have 17 million there. Highest I've seen bone splinters itself go is like, I want to say like 5 mil. It was like 5.8 million or something like that on one of the overpower bone splinter hits. The interesting thing is that, so when you scale, I'm going to kill these guys real quick. When you scale bone splinters, you also get, rather interestingly, the scaling bone splinters on the bone prison. So the new boots, the Path of Trag'Oul, causes the bone prison to cast bone splinters toward the center, and by scaling basic damage, I've been able to enhance the bone splinters that are being cast from the basic, like, perspective. And as you can see, I got a 1.4 mil a hit there, like overpower, literally just from the bone prison, which is kind of funny. On top of that, Bone Spirit also casts splinters. So if I cast Bone Spirit this way, of course it turned around and immediately went back toward the thing. I mean, that's a pretty good tracking there. Let's try that again. As you can see, the bone splinters that come out from the Bone Spirit, which is part of this aspect, the aspect of the Shattered Spirit, that one also is scaling. So you got like a 281k crit there just from that. So like I got 18 bone splinters coming from Bone Spirit, which cast in a Nova, right? And then I've got 30 shooting from the Path of Trag'Oul boots. So every time I cast Bone Prison, I get like 30 there. And then you can utilize the Bone, Spirit, of course, as well. It's kind of a neat little, fun little build here to just kind of like spam as many Bone Splinters as I possibly can. Utilize the Bone Spirit and the Bone Splinters and everything. It's kind of neat. It's a fun little build. This sword's gonna be it's gonna be big. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. It's a huge sword. It's huge. It's gonna be so huge. This blade once bore a divine purpose, wielded by the angel Verithiel. Like its keeper, the sword fell to the infernal depths, yet beneath this corruption is a heartbeat of a past memory holding steadfast. I've been playing around with this sword on a bunch of different characters, just like kind of just seeing how I could potentially make it work. I mean, it basically works for any basic skill, so it doesn't matter what basic skill you're going to use. I tried it on Decompose, and it actually worked surprisingly well on Decompose as well. This was the Bone Splinters attempt. I suppose you could also use it on a Hemorrhage build. I kind of want to try it on some other characters besides this one. Let's put some of these items back in here. Most of this stuff I'm transferring in between characters, so we just gonna leave it be. This was one that I was trying to set up for Chain Lightning, and I don't know, it just didn't really work out very well. But I did have some interesting ideas for making this even stronger. I also kind of wanted to try out charged bolts, but unfortunately they haven't messed around with the Staff of Lama Sem yet. They said they're going to be buffing it. They haven't buffed it yet. I don't know. Guess we will find out eventually. Let me just take a look at some of these characters real quick. This character could probably benefit from the Verithiel sword as well. This is a basic build. I kind of want to see how well it works on her. I mean, it would pretty much just be swapping out the Edgemaster's sword for the Sword of Verithiel. And then, I think that's pretty much it. Let's go see how good this Sword of Verithiel does with this build. I don't think I've changed this build at all. It should still be a basic Firebolt build with Firewall, Enchantment, and Really, not much else going on. You know what? Let's get a baseline first before we put the sword in. What's up, Sean? How goes it? And what's up, Rosie? I didn't see you in there. You were hiding between two comments. Okay. So I've got 1.8 million bleeds there, or burns there. 1.8 million. Alright. So swapping in the new sword. $3 million. Oh, I'm running out of mana.
I need time to prepare that. I lack the needed mana.
Looks like I don't have enough mana regeneration to counter the mana loss from adding the 25 cost to the Firebolt. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. You poor unfortunate soul. Let's make a small change real quick just for the sake of, well, getting some regeneration, basically. We could just put in this, which should help with regeneration. Man, that's rough. I mean, the damage is much higher. I already saw like 3 million, like, and more. So we definitely have way more damage with this sword than we did without it. But on top of that, we're also running out of mana, which means that we would have to spend some time trying to fix the mana issues on the build. A couple little changes here and there probably would go a long way. God, what do I want to set up on this character though? Like, boop, 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 do 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 do. I didn't even check the Reign of Aeros stuff. There was a bunch of Reign of Aeros changes. To the edge of the abyss. Why does every single one of my characters have two weird boxes in their inventory when I load into them? Alright, so if I remember correctly, this girl, she's still set up for Reign of Aeros. They did make some significant Reign of Aeros changes. Like, let's go play with this real quick. I remember that I did gotta take the gem out. I can't remember what the changes were. I know there were changes. I can't remember what they were. Let's play around with it real quick. Why am I not resetting my abilities like I should be? still using preparation. Okay. I was right, they added the damage reduction to that, which was nice. They also made some changes to Rain of Arrows itself. Oh yeah, that's right. They made it so that Rain of Arrows scaled off of the, Yes, I remember. They scale off of those weird aspects, which I don't normally use. Let's go play with those weird aspects that I don't normally use, and let's see how they can potentially buff this build. Basically, there's all these aspects that will randomly cause arrow storms to happen, and like there's buffs to the arrow storm damage, and basically there's a item or something or an aspect, I can't remember. I had to pull up the patch notes actually. Let's pull up the patch notes. Boop. Our little patch notes, dee. The lovely little patch notes, dee. I love you, doo. Aha, patch notes, doo. Our lovely little patch notes, doo. I love you. Ah, yes. So, Word of a Con. They changed how Word of a Con works. Did it actually get changed in the patch? Yes. Rain of Arrows is always imbued with all imbuements and receives your Arrow Storm benefits. Okay. So, Arrow Storm benefits are weird. We need the aspects for those. We're not actually using any Arrow Storms on this build right now because I didn't really see the need to. But why am I using a bow with stun grenade stuff on it? That doesn't seem right. Something's wrong there. It's only a 902 bow as well. Why would I be using a 902 bow?
Until spring.
I got a better bow than that sitting in my stash. Weapons, ancestral. I do not. Well, that's gonna suck for damage output. Just lose a massive amount of damage output there. I don't think I'm high enough level to gamble at 925 either.
It seems your prayers have been answered.
Huh. That looks way better. I mean, it doesn't have 120% vulnerable damage on it, but it's 925, and this one's not. So that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Watch me not have the augments that I need to actually make this thing work. What am I using on here? Rapid fire projectiles cast twice. Rain of arrow waves cast twice. Okay, do I have Rain of arrow waves cast twice? Of course I don't. Of course I don't have any waves. Of course I don't have anything that I need because, you know, reasons. And, you know, whatever. I'm getting a little upset with the PTR and how poorly implemented some of this stuff is, like the manuals, which are very important for testing out things. Just like none of the manuals being in place, and I have to go hunt down all the manuals yet again. You know, I don't really like hunting down the manuals. It might seem like I would, but I don't. I don't enjoy that, Sam I am. I don't enjoy that green eggs and ham. I don't enjoy that in the rain. I don't enjoy that on a plane. I don't enjoy that in a rain on the plane. I don't enjoy that on a train. Okay, I don't think anybody does enjoy it. Actually, I don't think they do. It's just How's my dad doing? He's doing good. I was with him all on the 27th. Yesterday. Yeah, I was with him all yesterday. And he's doing much better. He stood up today, so that's also good. He stood. He did a stand. He stood. It did. You know, that's pretty good for like just a few days ago having a broken leg. But I mean, it's not like they put him in a cast. You know, something completely different. They put a bar in his leg. So you know, he's the bionic man now.
I need time to do that.
There was a little bit of a scare there for, you know, his blood pressure was dropping real bad. And they had to give him some blood pressure medication, so he got over that too, and I think they moved him down to recovery. So.
I'm not ready yet.
Hey, there's my beautiful lady, Gina Marie. I got her some Mexican food earlier. She gonna be gassy. She gonna be gassy. I'm not down there either, so she can fart out the cats. She can let the cats have the juices loose. She can let the cats have the passing gas. The toxic Avengers. I'm trying to get some manuals. There you go. See, he's dropping me manuals. I found out one of the best ways to farm manuals is just to go do these bosses because they give you multiple manuals each. So it works. It works out to your advantage. My little manuals, da 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 da. Lovely little manuals, da 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 da. I love you, doodaloo, doodaloo, doo 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 doo. Manuals, ba da ba ba ba. Lovely little manuals, ba 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 ba. I love you, doodaloo, doodaloo, dee 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 dee. Manuals, da 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 da. Lovely little manuals, da 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 da. Give me some. Do 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 do. I need the manuals. Shroud of Candaris. What do you know? I got a Shroud of Candaris. I got a Candaris shroud. A shroud of shroudliness. A shroud so shroudly that it's the shroud is the shroudy of the shroud. I'm not gassy, but I'm full, and they gave me a little Mexican toothpick flag. I grabbed the little Mexican toothpick flag. They had it on the thing. I thought you would enjoy a little Mexican toothpick flag. I mean, if you don't want it, I can come take the Mexican toothpick flag back, but I mean, I thought you wanted it, so. I thought you wanted the flag. Do, 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 do. A lovely little Mexican flag. Do, 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 do. I shoot this guy dead. Finally. Another one of the basic ones I need. Sake, another Shroud of Candaris. Wow, this guy loves to drop Shrouds of Candaris. Drop me all your shrouds. I will be so proud. Give me all your little evil shrouds. Attack. 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 Attack, 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 attack.
Don't have enough energy.
Kubus, what are you doing? Kubus. Kubus the monster dog, what are you doing? Does Kubus want a chip? I bet you Kubus shows up for a chip. Cody. Does he want the chip-ons? He's the one chip. He wants the... What's the problem? Do you want some? Yes. He said, give me that. That's mine. Look at my little spoon. Thank you. That's mine. Do you got more? Earlier we got food, and he wasn't allowed in there with his mama because he's a thief and he likes to steal food. So he's in there with me, and then his mama finishes eating, and so he's sitting in there with me while I'm eating, and he won't leave my side. He's my bestest buddy in the whole world. And as soon as the last bite of food is gone, as soon as the last bite of food is disappeared off my plate, he's in there with his mama laying on the bed. Don't care about me at all. All he wants is Chomsits and milk and bones. Turn down the Grigore. Another manual. I like thick manuals, and I cannot lie. All the manuals I would deny, but without them manuals I can do nothing, so I need them manuals, son. So give me some of them manuals, hun. I want some bun, son. Cody's already gone back to sleep. He's dreaming of more chips. He said, I'm dreaming of a big milk and bone, one I can barely carry home, and that I gotta chew and nibble, and I need to snuggle at night and chew it up all the time. That's right. You're gonna go watch Dexter. Okay, well go watch Dexter then. She loves her some serial killers. Dexter's a serial killer. Maybe he's a good serial killer. I don't know if that's a thing. He's a good arrestus bestest serial killer.
Out of energy. Low on energy.
A good arrestus bestest serial killer.
I'm not ready yet.
Alright, I'm picking up some of the manuals. I can run this for a little bit just to pick up manuals. Actually works out pretty well.
I need more time.
we get another manual? We did not get another manual. Boo. So this is one of the ones that they're asking me to use with this setup. So damaging a vulnerable enemy has a 25% chance to create an arrow storm at the enemy's location. Dealing physical damage over 3 seconds. Your arrow storms deal 120% increased damage, so that would also apply to my rain of arrows. So that's one of them. I believe there's 2, if I remember correctly. We'll play around with it here in a minute. Chop, 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 chop. Choppy, 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 chop, 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 chop. Be chop, rain of arrows. Do 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 do. A ring. A saboteur's ring. Boom, 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 boom. Another manual. Nice. I'm just here for the manuals. That's really all I'm here for. Boop. Poopy poop poopy poopy poop poop beep poop beep poop poop beep poop beep poop. Boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep. Okay, let's see what we got. We might have enough manuals now. I don't know. Gotta check. Made him clean up his own blood off the floor? That seems, that's, you know. What are you girls watching? What are they watching? Arrows, storms, okay, I guess I don't need the puncture. So we can replace that. Not necessary. I like the poison puddle. It's useful. Why is my character set up so wrong? I got Toxic Alchemist, but I'm missing Icy Alchemist. And I'm also missing quite a few aspects. Why am I missing so many aspects? Why am I missing so many aspects? Let's replace this one with one of the arrow storms too. So we'll do this one, a vengeful aspect. I think we've got enough, maybe, to utilize the bow now. Let me check and see. %300 rain of arrows damage. Wow, that's a lot. So I'm missing, I think I'm missing the one that allows rain of arrows to cast twice, aren't I? I am indeed. Dang it. Still don't have the right one. That's okay. We at least got a couple things fixed. We need to fix this back to Icy Alchemist too. Before I go back down there. Actually, do I really want Icy Alchemist? I might not want Icy Alchemist. Also, this one's wrong too. Hold on. This one's supposed to be, I believe it's corruption. I'm pretty sure it's corruption. Aspect of corruption. Yes, that's the main one that I'm using on the bow. I don't know why that was missing. And then this one is just like completely wrong. I think Icy Alchemist is probably not the one I want, but let me see what else I can throw here. Bum, bum, bum. That one. You deal 20% increased damage over time to enemies used by ground control skills. Yep, let's do that. Alright, let's go back down and murder the boss real quick. Let's see how good those changes are. See you, Rosie. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Oh, one, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bibbidi doobidi boo. Bibbidi 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 boo. Oh, he died super fast that time. No manual though. Maybe we got all the manuals we can from him. You know what? Let's go to a different boss. Doesn't hurt nothing. Get out of the way, big fat bear. I can't click on the portal. In the way. Chonky. Chonky. Badonky chonk. Like my little pets at the bottom of the screen. Do you guys like these guys? Or are they annoying? I got a bunch of pets down there now. I got squirrels. I got husky. I got the chicken. I got the turtle. Bear. I got some bear down here. I got some Mr. Hedgehog. I got a fox. Chinchilla. Cat. Okay, I got lots down there. Okay? Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. Or do be jealous. I can't stop you. I can't stop you. Oh no, my phone's blowing up. What's that? That's terrible, babe. That's terrible. We're rebooting your president. That's awful. That's so rude. Let's go to Martian. You're surprised we can't summon our own bear yet? We should be. We should have our own bear. That would be great. I want my own bear. Him's a big bad bear. Him's a mighty big bear. Him's a big bad bear indeed. She Canadian? Who's Canadian? Who's Canadian? Canadians are very polite. Okay.
I'm not ready yet.
And that's why we shoot an arrow at your face, so you can fall right onto your plate. Malignant malignancy. Yay, more manuals. Okay. More manuals. Doo-doot. 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 Resummon the boss about 10,000 times. Do not stop and do not take a dime, cause we're gonna go fast and we're killing the boss. Shadow imbuement like a boss, and then we're shooting all the poison everywhere. And then Varshan's gonna have to clean his hair, cause he gonna be dead on the floor. All the rain of arrows everywhere. We got the rain of arrows in his hair. It's not gonna be fun when it's fair. Another manual. See? It's pretty good to get manuals from the bosses. That's where I've been running. Just go get the manuals from the bosses, my friend. Just get the manuals from the bosses. From the boss. We just gotta kill these guys over and over again. That's all. Firing up the arrows at your soul. Aw, no manual this time? I need every single manual. Dun, 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 dun. I need them all so I can temper up my stuff. Cause without my manuals, I can't do jack. I'm gonna hit you right in your big ugly back. I'm gonna punch you, son. Punch you, son. And I'm gonna keep on punching every day. And don't tell me that I can't punch you, son. Oh, nice. A double greater affix dagger. I'm just over here vibing. Oh, it's an 884 condemnation. Wow, that's terrible. It's got 40 times multiplier. I guess if you're not using a cutthroat skill, if you're using only like range skills, I guess that could be really useful. It's 40 times. It's got two greater affixes. It's actually not bad. It's too bad it's not a 925. Is the game worth playing? Been playing D2 since release. Hatred at D3. How's this one? I mean, D3 was not really a good game, so if you're comparing it to D3 here, I mean, D3 is bad. It still is bad, to be perfectly honest. D2 has always been good. D2R is amazing. If you haven't checked out D2R, that's worth a check. Diablo 4, on the other hand, it's been a little rocky. It started out decently, and then they had like a disastrous Season 1 patch, and then Season 2 was a big pickup from Season 1, and then Season 3 was a small pickup from Season 2. And then eventually it got to the point where we were sitting at, like a decent place. But then Season 4 came along, and Season 4 just kind of like blew it out of the water. It's really fun in Season 4. I'm not really sure about Season 5 so far. I feel like Season 5 might be a miss at this point. I mean, don't get me wrong, it still has all the, like, a lot of the changes, anyway, from Season 4, but they also nerfed a lot of stuff in Season 5. So a lot of the builds got, like, hitting the gonads, which is not always a fun season. Season 1 was basically all the builds getting hit in the gonads, so... I mean, one thing I can say for Diablo 4 is it's really fun to build characters and theorycraft stuff. So if you're the kind of person that likes to spend time, theory crafting builds and coming up with neat ideas, I mean, this is just as fun, if not more fun, coming up with crazy builds than D2R. I mean, D2R, don't get me wrong, it's amazing, but also I've kind of theory crafted pretty much every build that could be theory crafted in D2R. So I'm running out of things to theory craft. Whereas in Diablo 4, on the other hand, I still have many, 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 many things to theory craft, so. Many a build. Many a build. The jacket is like bundling up behind my back, making it uncomfortable. There we go. Yeah.
I'm not ready yet. Need more energy.
No more temper manuals from her either, from him either. I wonder if I'm tapped out on temper manuals. Like, I can't be. There's like so many freaking temper manuals. It's ridiculous. I know I'm still missing like a trillion temper manuals. Oh, you've been watching me for years? Well, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Romeo's generic channel. Oh. The genericest of channels. That was weird. I was trying to mess with the chat. The chat was messing with me. He was like, yeah, your stream's over, buddy. I was like, oh, when did that happen? I don't remember that being a thing. So generic. The most generic of geners. Okay. Tier 200. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I have no idea what this character's capable of. Let's just start out at a measly 50 and see where we go from there. A measly peasly 50. And motorcycle stuff too. Okay, people like motorcycle stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with motorcycle stuffs. Ah. Damage output isn't like terrible or anything. Let's get into a bigger pack. The DR guy in there is making it a little rough, but could still have it. There we go. Look at all them freaking damage numbers though. Like, what the hell? Interesting. The damage output without random arrows is really bad.
I'm not ready yet.
Wow. That was pretty impressive. Seems like we want to group them up. Group them up, group them up, way up.
I'm not ready yet.
Single target DPS is a bit low, but man, she's having fun with the AoE, isn't she?
Low on energy.
Trying to think how I could make this build even stronger. Got a couple ideas.
I'm not ready yet. I need more time. I need more time. I need more time.
Nah. Nah, they make me run away. I'm not completing this 50. My damage output is too slow. I'm not going to be able to beat the timer. I'm not really in any danger of dying, but I also just don't really have a damage output with this current setup to actually kill the monsters. Not in a fast enough fashion to beat the time round, unfortunately.
I need more time. I need more time. I need more time.
And why is Aerostorm so bad? I've got both Aerostorms and both Aerostorm bonuses, and I swear they're just like awful.
I'm not ready yet.
I mean, they really are. Like, the Aerostorms are just doing like no damage.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
I mean, look at the Aerostorms. Like, how much damage is that? Like, let me see if I can get one of the Aerostorms to happen on this target. 1,000? Is that what they were doing? 1,000 damage? It looked like it was 1,000. I don't think I understand exactly what the hell these Aerostorms are supposed to be doing, because they ain't doing it. I mean, I understand that the Aerostorm damage bonus is being applied to my Rain of Arrows, which is why I'm doing it in the first place. But I thought maybe the Rain of Arrow, the little Aerostorms would do something, but they do like nothing.
I'm not ready yet.
I mean, look at how many Aerostorms I've got on this guy right now. Look at how much damage they're doing. Like, the damage output that they're doing is like, what? 24k? Was that like the top end there?
I need more time.
Pretty disappointing.
I need more time.
Hey, I killed the monster. I don't know. I thought maybe the Aerostorm's bonus would be a little bit better than that. Am I running Edge Masters? I'm kind of like stuck on aspect slots with this character, so I don't have Edge Masters running now. Unfortunately. I'm just playing around with some things like the new Creeping Death aspect, which came from the Malignant season. Oh yeah. Well, no, actually, my resources are constantly being drained. It's kind of how the build works. I'm constantly draining my resources on a regular basis. I'll show you how the build is actually set up. Give me a second. I'll go to the training dummies and we'll play around with this. So basically, how I have it set up is I'm using the preparation, which is, and you can't see it because it's behind me, but it's save 75 energy to reduce your ultimate skills cooldown by 5 seconds. Ultimate skills reset other cooldowns and grant 15% damage reduction for 8 seconds.
Not into
So basically what I'm doing is I'm spamming my core skill to spend energy as quickly as I possibly can, and I set up the core skill to have minimal drain, but it still drains. That minimal drain causes the ultimate skill to reset. So if I use the ultimate skill right now, and then hold down the button, you'll see I'm definitely draining slowly. And what that does is it usually brings me around to be able to use my ultimate skill again, which when I do refills all my my resources, and then I just continue down that pathway repeatedly by resetting my rain of arrows as many times as I possibly can. So if I do it right, I should be able to reset my rain of arrows shortly before I run out of resource, which doesn't always happen, but
I need more time.
and it's a nice little combo of attacks.
I'm not ready yet.
Ugh. Whew. Oh, so tired lately. Ah, yeah. My scratch in there. Oh, yeah. Feels good. Evading while Dark Shroud is active. I kind of want to try that out.
I'm not ready yet. I need more time. I need more time.
Interesting. Interesting. Alright, what's up, Silverleaf? Yeah, just trying to get some good knowledge working of the new stuff and the new aspects, and playing around with some of these new doojanks. I kind of want to play around with some of these specific new items.
I'm not strong enough yet.
I need to check through the database actually. Let's uncheck that. They added a bunch of new aspects, is what they did, and I see that I'm in the way, so I'm always in the way. I know. I want to check through these and see what new ones that they added into the list. So let's see if we can do a little bit of a check through here. A little bit of check through in my life. A little bit of understanding and strife. We're gonna check all these doojanks here, and then we're gonna go back up for fear. Aspect of anger management. While above 40 fury, you are berserk. You are berserk, but lose 2 fury per second. Okay, that's new. Ba 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 baran. You gain 6 fury per second while berserking. I'm so confused right now. Like, don't these two aspects just, like, interact with each other like two puzzle pieces and just make your barbarian have infinite berserk and also infinite fury? Am I wrong? So it says, while you are above 40 fury, you are berserk. But you lose 2 fury every second, which causes you obviously to fall out of it eventually if you don't generate your, you know, your essence, your fury, right? And then you go down here and you look at the aspect of berserk fury, which is you gain 6 fury per second while berserking. And the two would just cancel each other out, wouldn't they? Because this one will give you 6 fury per second as long as you are in the berserk state. The other one will drain you 2 fury per second, but grant you fury at your berserking state as long as you are above 40 fury, right? Which means that you will constantly get 4 fury per second and a free berserking state if you use these two aspects in tandem. That's an older one. I'm just checking all my jank ankle-lanks. The aspect of bursting bones, this is an old one, but it did get buffed up. So they made it scale based off of like your weapon damage. It actually does really good damage now. Like, actually really, really good damage. I was testing it out, and I mean, there could be a whole build where literally you just spam Bone Prison over and over again for free damage pumps. I wonder how much it would be. I'm kind of curious. We could do some testing on that. Let's put that on the test column. That's old as dirt and old as your mom. She's got the number from God's cell phone. This is new, but it's also old. So this is an aspect that was pulled in from the Malignant season. So it's called the Creeping Death. It was a Creeping Death Malignant power. Ooh, yeah. And basically what it did was it gave you 20% increased damage over time to enemies for each different crowd control effect that they're afflicted by. Unstoppable enemies are staggered, and bosses take 40% increased damage over time from you instead. So basically, it's just kind of like a really nice one for DOT builds. It actually does work really well with DOT builds, so it's not bad. I think this one's a new one too. It's the aspect of the Creeping Mist. Gain 35% evade cooldown reduction. You can now evade during Blood Mist, traveling twice as far. Entering or exiting Blood Mist resets your evade cooldown. So basically gives you an evade while you're in Blood Mist. It's kind of interesting. That's old. Old. Do 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 do. Casting basic skills reduces the mana cost of your next core skill or mastery skill by 50%. Huh. I don't remember that one. Does that seem new as well? I think that's also new. It kind of sounds like something that came from the season of The Malignant. Although I can't remember. I don't think I did a lot of sorceresses back then. Mambo number 5? That's right. Hey, Mambo, we got some Diablo. Hey, Mambo, got all the Diablo. Hey, Diablo, we got your horn. Hey, Diablo, we stole your doojanks. Aspect of mental acuity. Casting a pyromancy shock or frost skill increases your mana regeneration by 20% for 5 seconds once per element. At maximum stacks, the total bonus is increased by 120% for 10 seconds, but all stacks expire afterwards. I mean, it's a nice amount of mana regeneration, and it seems like it would go very well with a like a Talrasha's iridescent loop, for instance, or some other interesting things. I don't know. Okay, let me flip my camera around so it actually looks like I'm looking at the stuff that we're looking at. Okay. That way it won't look so weird. There you go. Now I'm actually looking at the stuff, see? Now it looks like I'm looking over there, so I'm like... I didn't mean to snort in your ear. I was trying to mute my mic. My bad. Forgive me. Or don't. Just unsubscribe. I snorted in your ear. I deserve it. Just unsub. What's up, Autocast? How's it going? Aspect of the Elusive Menace. While you have both bonuses from close quarters combat, key passive, your dodge chances increase by 7%. Whenever you're hit by an enemy, successfully dodging resets this bonus. What? I'm confused. So it increases your dodge chance by 7% if you have both bonuses from close quarters combat, but when you get hit, it takes away the dodging bonus. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's any other really good new ones in here, but I don't see nothing. I don't see much. Oh no. I don't see none damn new ones. I'm looking around, but I don't see none. When an enemy falls below 35% life while afflicted with any of your damage over time effects, an explosion occurs every 7 seconds, dealing 12,877 damage for each element they are afflicted by. So we were talking about this one earlier. This is new as well, or maybe it's old from the Malignant season and I just didn't remember it. But basically how it works is, like, say you have a boss, because it's pretty much got to be a boss. Like, there's very few monsters this is going to be affected by, because the monster has to fall below 35%, so they got to be at 34% HP or lower. And then they have to stay at 34% HP or lower for 7 seconds. How many monsters do you know that stay at 34% HP for 7 seconds? It's pretty much just bosses, right? So it sounds to me like it gives DOT builds, any DOT build, because it says it works for any damage over time effect, gives DOT builds a way to enhance damage on bosses. So it does seem really interesting for, like, boss killing or any, like, elite that might be considered in like the boss category. Like for instance, if you get like you know, ambushed by say the butcher or whatever, right? You know, this will probably help you with the butcher as well. Iron Rain, Lethal Dusk. I don't know if that one's new. That seems new. I don't know why that seems new. Each point of fury that you generate while at maximum fury grants your next core skill within 5 seconds 2 times multiplier, increased damage, stacking up to 15 times. So you get 15 times 2, which would be a 30 times multiplier. But it's barbarian. Would you really like take advantage of that? Within 5 seconds. I mean, it only goes up to a 30% multiplier. There's other things that would probably give you better than that and wouldn't require you to do like some ridiculous combination of like basic skills and core skills. I mean, and the way that this sounds is, it sounds like it uses itself up. It sounds like it uses itself up when you use it. So you get a 30% multi, but only once, and then it goes away, and then you'd have to build it back up again, which means you wouldn't be able to spam your core skill at all. I'm not really sure who's using that. Doesn't seem useful. Do 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 do. I do 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 do. That's a new one too. The Nebulous Brew, using a health potion grants 50% movement speed for 3 seconds. Every 30 meters you travel, you spawn a healing potion. So basically this one gives you like a nice little healing potion spamming ability, and also a 50% movement speed on top of that. So it's kind of like a you know, a both. Like it gives you lots of potions as long as you're moving a lot, and as long as you're moving a lot, you get lots of potions, and you just constantly keep spamming your potions. That's an old one. That's an old one. Old one. Old one. Old one. Old one. It's an old one. That's an old one. That's a big old oldie one. Aspect of plunging darkness. I swear there's a whole bone prison build, and I want to play with it. I want to try. I want to try and see what I can do with this bone prison build. I know it might seem really weird to have bone prison as your main ability, but I think that's what we're going to do. I'm really just going through here trying to see like how many new aspects they added in. That's a new one too. Aspect of the siphoned victuals. Damaging a vulnerable enemy with a non-basic skill is a 20% chance to drop a healing potion. This is all coming together to be like, you know, tons and tons of healing potions, extra, obviously, run speed, and tons and tons of other things going on. There's some other things that they changed, like you can use potions while you're crowd controlled now. There's a unique item too that takes advantage of it as well. This is one from the old days as well. This is the malignant power from like season 1. When you would accumulate 50% of your maximum life lost, you automatically cast an equipped defensive, subterfuge, or macabre skill before receiving damage. You can only occur once every 30 seconds and cannot cast mobility skills. So basically, this is like a free get out of jail, like get out of jail free card for players to help prevent you from dying. If you happen to have a defensive skill that can be cast, like for instance Earthen Bulwark, or maybe you're running Flame Shield, or you got Ice Shield, or maybe you're running, I don't think Teleport counts because it's a mobility, but like Blood Mist, or does Blood Mist count as a mobility too? I don't remember. But basically it's just going to automatically cast like a skill for you and try and save your life. Not exactly sure how useful once every 30 seconds is, but if that was like once every 20 seconds, I feel like that would be better. There we go. I feel better now. Every 25 seconds, upheaval is guaranteed to overpower. Reduced by 4 seconds when upheaval overpowers a boss or an elite enemy. Aspect of synergy. Using an agility skill reduces the cooldown of your next subterfuge. I think that's old. Tempered blows. Tenuous agility. Bunch of ones that I've already seen before many times. Teleport's cooldown is reduced by 2.5 seconds after teleporting. Calm Breeze. That's one of the new ones from last season, or season 4. It's nice though if you want to play around with a windshield build. They did nerf all the damage over time builds, unfortunately, but they did add the creeping death back in, so that's a buff to the damage over time builds. This is also one that they added from the Malignant season, or was this the season 2? This is the one that automatically curses enemies around you with Decrepify and Iron Maiden. Curses inflicted this way spread to surrounding targets every 0.3 seconds, or 0.7 is what I got, and lasts 4 seconds outside of the aura. So you get like an aura around your feet is basically how it works. It's kind of neat. Sneezes. I'm falling apart today. Aspect of the Dark Dance. This was another one that was from the season of the Malignant, and I never really played around with it, but it does seem like it has some interesting connotations. It's every 5 seconds, your next core skill consumes 230 life instead of primary resource. Will only occur if you have at least 60% of your maximum life. Skills that consume life deal 80% increased damage. So basically it just like sucks a little bit of your life away instead of, essence or spirit or whatever. It's like it's a generic aspect, and gives you a nice little damage bonus as well. But it's only once every 5 seconds, so not as good of a damage bump as it would look like. But it's 80% to one core skill every 5 seconds, which isn't yeah. Depends on how many attacks you can put out in 5 seconds. This is one from the season of Malignant 2. It's for the Barbarian. For every 10% of life you were missing, gain 5% damage reduction. I don't know why they added this one back. It's freaking OP as all get out, and honestly, pretty much every Barbarian's probably going to be using it. It doesn't prevent you from getting one shot, but man, the more health you lose, the tankier you become, and It works really, really well. So basically, think about it like this. For every 10% of your life you're missing, right? So 10% is 5, 20% is 10, 30% is 30 is a 15, and so forth and so on. So if you're missing like half your life or more than half your life, you start getting more damage reduction the lower your life gets. And when you're sitting at like 90% of your life is missing and you've got like only like 10% of your life left, that's 9 times 5. So it's like 45%, I think. Yeah, it's like 45%. Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Yeah, 45% damage reduction when you're at 10% life. It's a really crazy one. Da, 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 da. I believe that's one from the Season of Malignant too. Your minions deal 45% increased damage, but each one drains 1 essence from you per second. If you have no active minions, the damage increases, applies to you instead, and you lose 7 essence per second. So what I was thinking was, with this one, I mean, you can lose a lot of essence with this, but there is also ways you could counter this as well. And then on top of that, you may also just be running a build that just doesn't care if you have essence or not. Maybe you're just running like a Corpse Explosion build, and Corpse Explosion doesn't really all that matter about like resource. It's really about corpses on the ground. So if you're running like a Corpse Explosion build, could be really interesting, or a build that just doesn't use resource in the traditional sense. Maybe you're just mainly a cooldown build or whatever. You know, there definitely are ways that you can counter the 7 essence loss if you're doing the like the non-minion side, and if you're doing the minion side, there's definitely ways that you can counter it that way as well. So it's just an extra 45% multiplier for your minions, so or for you actually. Da, da, da. Lucky hit. Your shadow over time effects have a 30% chance to generate 3 essence. Damage from your Shadow Blight key passive will also generate 3 essence. That's definitely new. Huh. That is definitely new. Shadow. Shadow Blight. Moonrise. Aspect of the Orange Herald. I think that's new as well. Lucky hit up to a 10% chance to reduce your cooldown to your ultimate skill by 2 seconds. Can only happen once per cast. Aspect of the Prudent Heart. I'm pretty sure that one's new as well. After being damaged for at least 20% of your maximum life at once, you become immune for 4 seconds, which can only occur once every 20 seconds. So basically you get like a free immunity once every 20 seconds, which is kind of interesting. If you guys are unaware of how immunity works, immunity is different than Unstoppable. Unstoppable just simply makes it so you can't be crowd controlled. Immunity makes it so that you take no damage. You don't take none. You take 0 damage for 4 seconds. So, I mean, granted, it's only happening once every 20 seconds for 4 seconds. And on top of that, you also have to get thwacked pretty hard for it to activate. But it will save your life from one-shots, which is kind of neat. I mean, that's kind of new. Casting companion skills grants you 10% or 15% movement speed for 5 seconds up to 30%. So you get a nice 45% max on that. So you can run around really fast. Not really a big fan of having a bunch of different companion skill aspects, like to the point where you've got to put like every companion skill aspect on. I mean, it is kind of like an optional one, but I really would like to see them kind of like combine some of these together so they're not always so like meh. Casting Golem's active skill creates a bond between you for 6 seconds. While the bond is active, both of you are unhindered and gain a 40% increased movement speed. Another movement speed aspect bonus. Aspect of the void. Critical strikes with bone skills increase your essence regeneration. That's old. Aspect of the untimely death. Each percent of maximum life you heal will 100%. Yeah, I've seen that one before. Yeah. Your shout skills generate 10 primary resource per second. Is there no more in here? There's got to be some other new ones in here. I'm literally going over everything. Crackling energy. Yeah, this is a new one for the rogue. This one looks really good. So this is one I was thinking about, like, building a character around. It's your basic skills are always cold imbued. 20% increased chance or increased damage to enemies who are chilled or frozen. So basically, you can set up one of your basic skills to be always cold imbued, which is kind of cool. And then on top of that, if you use the other aspect, the one that's for the puncture is always poison imbued every third strike. So then you can have cold and poison imbuement on the same attack, basic skill, and you can just like stack up damage for puncture. That one's gonna be big in season 5. I can definitely tell you that. 100%, yo, whoa, 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 100%, yo, whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry, I'm dancing. I'm not seeing any new ones. Oh yeah, this is the one. So remember I was telling you earlier how there was like a whole like rogue build around drinking potions? Well, this one is using a health potion makes a free dark shroud shadow. Each shadow grants 4% increased damage reduction, right? Well, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that gives you free potions, additional movement speed now while you get potions. Every time you drink a potion, you get a free dark shroud. And then on top of that, there's the new unique, which makes you immune when you gain a new dark shroud shadow. So, like, there's going to be the potion drinker rogues. I am the potion drinker. Yay, old potion drink. This is actually kind of insane, too, if you think about it, because, like, they made it so that you can drink a potion now while you're crowd controlled. So if you get crowd controlled and you're wearing the Shroud of Canduras, you can drink a potion, get a Dark Shroud pip, and that Dark Shroud pip will trigger immunity, which will immediately break you out of the crowd control. I'm not really sure how I feel about this one. I saw this one, and I was like... Killing an enemy with an overpower leaves behind an earthquake at their location, dealing 14,753 physical damage over 4 seconds. Can only occur once every 4 seconds. What? I lost connection. What? I was getting good in the dual janks. Just trying to do the dual janks. Trying to do the Janks. Gotta do the Janks. Come on, do. See, now I got kicked out. So, trying to stupid pooping faces. trying to... God, man, I lost my place in here now. I lost my place. 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 Caltrops is now a marksman skill that also throws 18 up to 20 piercing daggers over its duration, each dealing 401 shadow damage and applying vulnerable for 3 seconds. That's pretty nice for Caltrops. Trying to see if there's any like really good ones in here. The Starlight aspect. We need to test this one out. So the Starlight aspect is supposed to be this, was supposed to be this amazing aspect, and it never really worked. It was unfortunate. It just never really functioned properly. But I think it might actually be broken now. It gives you 40 primary resource for every 20% of your life that you heal, right? Well, the thing is that it never really worked because it wouldn't overheal you, but that was something that they fixed in the patch. So we're going to have to play around with the Starlight aspect and see how good the Starlight aspect works. The Druid specifically might want to pay attention to the Starlight aspect because the Starlight aspect is probably the best for the Druid out of all the classes. Just simply because of how the Starlight aspect works and how the Druid works with all of the different ways that they can potentially heal themselves. We might have to go give this a test out and play with it. Wild Bolt aspect. Every 2 seconds, distant enemies are pulled into you and take 10% increased damage for 3 seconds. That just seems dumb, stupid, insane. Why not? Why? Why not? That's what I gotta say about that. Why not? What do I want to do? I want to try and build that Bone Prison character. Just for lols. I want to try. I want to see if I can make a Bone Prison character for me. I want to try. I want to see. I don't know if I want to mess up one of my characters to do it, but suppose I could. Alright, so what's the idea here? The idea here is to take a character and utilize Bone Prison to dish out massive amounts of damage, and in doing so, get ourselves, you know, just like many Bone Prison. We need lots of Bone Prison. I think it's probably better if we create a new character, so. We could probably use this guy. This guy doesn't, he was okay. I liked him. He was alright. We're gonna set him up with something else this time. So let's see what we can do. I don't know what tempers we have to work with. I don't even know if we have all the tempers. Yeah, we're missing like a huge number of the tempers, which is unfortunate. Yuck. I need to go get some tempers. I guess that's for the moral of the story here. So, let's go get some tempers. We can take Nucromancer. think he's still moderately set up properly for what we're trying to do. And then we should be able to farm the manuals on him and then go from there. What do we gotta farm? Let's just do some Grigore. I mean, it doesn't really matter. If he gives us manuals, he gives us manuals. And then, that. I don't have my Shaco. Poopish. Poopity doopity poopity doop. I don't care, so let's just throw Andorgals. We're just farming anyway, it doesn't really matter. Grigore is down here. I'm so sick or tired of not having the manuals that I need. It was kind of fun the first time, like maybe to farm up some of the manuals, and in the process, you know, like learning what manuals are available and all the other stuff, and then eventually it gets to the point where you're like, okay, I want to make a build, and then you go to make a build, and then you don't have the manuals, and you're like, okay, well I guess I can't make this build because I don't have the manuals, because the manuals are pretty damn important to making my build, and then I'm just poopies. That's what I say, I'm poopies. Poopy doody. Poopy doody. Yeah, it's been a while since we had like nobody in chat today. I wonder where everybody is. Maybe I'll throw on some music or something while we're chilling. While we chilling, maybe we get some music bumping. I be getting all that chilling. Gonna be the mumble bumping. I can put some pretzel music on. It's been a little while. Put a little bit of lo-fi on. Put a little bit of lo-fi in my life. There you go. We got some music bumping. It's a slow starter. Give it a second. No manual.
I'm not ready yet.
Bone finesse. Yay, we got one. Finesse of the bone. Bonely finesse. There we go, another manual. %, shadow lucky hit chance. Why does that seem new? It seems new. These weakling monsters. go. Profane finesse. That's another manual.
I'm not ready yet.
Those new boots actually, traps large area, fire started. It does have bone prison cooldown reduction on it, so maybe... I'm not entirely sure if the larger area is actually going to decrease my damage output or increase my damage output, so we might have to play with that. With this crazy bone prison build that I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the craziest build. With some bone prisons in the wheel. I'm gonna shoot them everywhere. And I'm gonna get them in your hair. I don't care. They're going right in your hair. Alright, let's go do our cell real quick and we'll come right out. Vox Omnium. He's got a Vox. I was trying to get one of those. The one that does the core skills for the Doojank and the Doojank. Yeah, I wanted to test that out. I did want to test it. I wanted to do. Did want to test it and I wanted to.
Need something blessed? Cursed, perhaps?
But do I want to trade? That's the question. Summon Druid should be okay. I mean, Summon Druid was like kind of like the main build for a long time. There's a lot of ways that you can incorporate the Summon Druid into the character. They actually just recently separated out the Summon Druid from the other functions of the Druid, so that you're not forced to use the Summon Druid to beef up your character if you don't want to.
I'm not ready yet.
Path of Tragul, who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? I got the boots. Pretty much the only ones that I didn't want to boot. 'Cause I already got them. And I don't even need none of them stupid boots. Say pretty please. He's not giving me any more manuals, so maybe I exhausted the supply.
I'm not ready yet.
Boobies! Okay, well, if he doesn't want to give me any more manuals, then we'll move on to a different boss.
I need more time.
Wah. Wah, wah. Oh, look, another one. The Path of Tragul. I want to drag your ool. I'm kind of mad that they didn't go with Trangul. Instead, they went with Tragul. Tragul is the, like, knockoff set from Diablo 3, if you guys are wondering. Yeah. It's the knockoff set. The set in Diablo 2 is spelled Trang. The set in Diablo 3 is pronounced Trag with no N. Alright, well, we need more manuals. We still don't have enough manuals, but we got some of the manuals at least. At least we're not completely empty here. Mama. Let's go down to... maybe we go murder the maiden real quick a couple times. She likes to drop manuals too. Go down to the maiden's house. She tried to suck out my blood like a mouse. It wasn't very nice. I just wanted chicken and rice. But the maiden wasn't very nice. She tried to stab me with a spear, and I went and got frickin' out of here. She's not a very nice lady. I don't know what you want from me. She tried to frickin' eat me and put me in the oven with a fricassee. Oh, please give me a manual. I need all the dang manual. The manual of the profane cage. That's what I was looking for. Let's put a jank in the pit. Where you at, m'lady? Wow, she killed me. What the hell? Can't believe that I freaking died. She popped me right in my black eye. It wasn't really very nice, and I'm on the floor. Super dead. She gave me another manual at least. I like a little bit of manuals. I put them in so I can go wild. And then I can customize my armor and make it really nice for all the freaking jank. Oh, look at all my dude janks. I I'm on the tank and rank. Got a couple dude janks. Look at all the dude janks. Boomba, boomba, boomba,
I'm not ready yet.
boomba, 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 boomba.
I need more time.
I don't know how many manuals we need for this build, but I'm gonna cut this short. We're gonna go ahead and try and make it and see what we can do with it. Where you at, Blood Maiden?
I need more time.
Did we get another manual? No. Let me go open a chest real quick, see if I get a manual from that as well. Manuals, tempering manuals. Why do they make me go hunt them down?
I need time to do that.
Yo, get out my face. I got time. Putting on that crap. Out my face, get out my freaking face. I don't like it when you're all up in my freaking face. Out my freaking face, out my freaking face. I don't want you in my freaking ugly, nasty face.
I'm not ready yet.
Alright. Back to town. Back to town. Before the monsters make me frown. Boom. 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 What's that? Life per second. Alright, let's go do this. Well, actually, hold on. I need to steal some items from this character. I forgot. We're gonna build a really weird character here. This is gonna be strange. It's gonna be strange, and it's gonna be weird, and it's gonna be strange. And I don't know exactly how to say it other than that. It's gonna be strange. Yes. Be prepared for some strange, some super frickin' strange. It might just be deranged. Deranged. It might just be deranged. Alright. So first off, I was thinking for this build, we're going to go with the meaty boy grandfather. A big old chunky boy. Gonna let all you know. Got a big old chunky boy. Him's gonna be a chunky boy. That's right, a chunky boy. There's a reason why I'm thinking about grandfather, and it should work out well for what I'm thinking, so. Let's go ahead and pull in the Path of Tragouls, and I'm thinking we're probably going to need the Harlequin Crest, which I don't remember who I dropped the Harlequin Crest off on. Probably the Secret knife. Yeah, she's got it on. She's wearing it. Hmm. My pillow's moved around. This new Andaseat that I've got, the seat is why is it? Oh, it's right, because I flipped my thing around. That's right. It's got a magnetic doojank, and it just kind of like doesn't it just sticks. Sometimes it moves around though. I gotta like adjust it to the right point so it feels good on my neck. Alright, so Harlequin Crest, I think is a must for this build. Not sure what else to roll for this. Cooldown reduction would be nice. I need a little cooldown. I need a little downtown. I don't know, let's try out this new amulet with it. Trying to see if I have any cooldown reduction amulets. There's a 12% cooldown reduction with coalesced blood. Not exactly the aspect I'm looking for, but cooldown reduction nonetheless. Cooldown, a reduction, cool down, a reduction, and a cool down this reduction. Oh, I'm at the wrong vendor. Hmm. 5.8 is pretty low, right? Yeah. Oh, 13% maximum resource. Or 13 maximum resource. I mean, it's okay. I think the intelligence would be better. Let's see if we can get a decent roll on the intelligence. There we go, 7.3. Perfect, okay. Alright, so this one, the amulet, is going to have the bone prison aspect on it. It's the one that we want to scale. So it's going to be the aspect of the bursting bones. Might be better on a two-hit weapon. I'm not entirely sure, but we're going to play around with it. And then from this point, we need everything that's going to reduce our cooldown as much as possible so that we can spam it as much as possible. We also want Bone Prison if we can potentially get it, which we do have Macabre skills here, so our Bone Prison should be pretty high already. We're looking at level rank 13 with a 7.5 second cooldown. I would definitely could use a lower cooldown than that. 7.5 seconds isn't low enough. We need other ways to reduce our cooldowns for the bone prison, so we're gonna see what we can find out there. First off, let's take a look at some of the aspects that we might want to play with. So I was thinking about Bone Prison spawns a pool of blight so that it sucks everything in, because we're going to want to spam it as much as possible, and that just makes sense. So let's go with Bone Prison. Spawns a pool of blight, which we're definitely going to want. So that way we get the pool of blight, and we also get the bone prison. And the only reason we want the pool of blight is because we're going to use the aspect that has it suck the monsters in. Which if you go to the blight aspect, it's called the aspect of the void. We are using ossified essence, which is going to help with the bone skills, or at least it should anyway. Respec mode. Okay, we're gonna keep that like that. And then we need a basic skill. I don't really think Bone Splinters is the right one. I mean, it's okay. We can just put like 2 points in it so we can get to the next tree. I'm gonna go ahead and cap out Blight, just so that I get like the actual damage from Blight itself. And of course we've got this one as well, so reducing the active cooldown. I'm not sure if it works on itself. I don't know. I have no idea how this is going to work, or if it's even going to work. I'm going to have to play with it. I'm trying to think whether I want minions or not, too. The minions can be useful. There's definitely some uses for the minions. Like, for instance, I could use the minions to help me reset the cooldown of Bone Prison, which certainly wouldn't be terrible. I could also use the hectic aspect to try and do that as well. Not actually using Blight, but I could use Blight. I mean, do I still have max points in Bone Spirit too? Yeah, I do. I mean, I could use Bone Spirit as well. Like, it's not exactly out of that question, but at the same time, I'm not entirely sure if I want to use it with this build, because the whole point is the other way around. But I think, you know what? Why not? Honestly, because the whole idea with this is just to get like as much damage as I can out of the bone spirits, or sorry, the prison. And the bone spirit is a good way to use my resource, and by using the resource, I can force the bone prisons to respawn faster through ossified essence. So it might work out to my advantage. Do I shack them or do I not shack them? That is the question. Sack them or not sack them? I mean, if we're gonna sack them, I might as well sack them. So let's give them the full sack. Let's give them all the sack.
I'm not ready yet.
So I'm curious whether, like, the smaller bone prison would do better than the larger one.
I need more time.
As you can see, though, the damage of the bone prison is pretty high at this point. I'm looking at like 400% bone prison, or yeah, that was a 1.2 mil bone prison explosion.
I need more time.
I gotta try this on some actual monsters just for fun. I haven't really had 5 days to actually play around with it, Sean. I've been trying to play around with it. I mean, God knows there's a lot of stuff to play around with. I'm gonna go use this on somebody. I wanna go use this on a boss monster. I wanna go use this on somebody over there. Notice what, Nova? What weird licensing thing? Oh, Trang versus Trag. Trang versus Trag. You're messing me up there. You're messing me up. You're messing me up.
The magics await your return.
Yeah, I don't really know what the hell that's about either.
Finest jewels in sanctuary.
Add the sockets. It adds the sockets or else it gets the hose again. I'm just gonna go ahead and craft a sigil and go see how he does. I don't really care if he dies. If he dies, he dies. You heard me. I said if you die, then you're just gonna MF and die. And I'm not gonna pick you up from the ground, cause you're just gonna have to go back to town and use all your potions there. I don't really freaking care.
I need more time. I need more time. I'm not ready yet.
I'm not entirely sure that the Trag Rules is a good play with this because it, the problem is it spreads out the explosion too much. I feel like it would be better off without the larger area. I mean, I know I just took off my boots in the middle of a dungeon, but...
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
It's actually kind of silly, but it works now. Actually does damage. It's kind of impressive.
I'm not ready yet.
It's not bad at all. Let me tell you, my friend.
I'm not ready yet.
I gonna put you in the bone prison, boys.
I'm not ready yet.
I wonder if I'd be better off without the grandfather. Like if I switched it around just a little bit. I wonder if taking the grandfather out would have a drastic effect on my damage output. Let's play around with it, shall we? Let's see whether or not the grandfather does right. I don't know what to tell y'all about none of this crap. I know I got some really good swords all up in here making woods. Yeah. Gosh, really, really good sword. That's a nice one. Alright. Okay, so why would we do this? Well, the aspect of the bursting bones would have more damage if we put it on a two-hander, which is a whole thing. So, like, since we're basing the entire build around this aspect of the bursting bones, it may do better if we get it from this particular weapon. So then we get, like, a much higher damage output versus the amulet. Then we take something like the ossified essence, which is the serration, and we put that on the amulet, and then that goes up a little bit too. And then we can take the ossified essence off the gloves, and we can put something else here so we can get another aspect. What other aspect do we want? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Y'all are asking too many questions. Okay, I don't know. That's you just too many questions. All right, it's just too many questions. Calm it down a little bit. Slow your roll. Slow it down. It's okay. We go back. That works.
My magic's awaiting your return.
Did I always want to be famous? No, never. Not once.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I need more time.
It might seem like a silly answer, but I really just no. I never did want to be famous. No. Never did really. I mean, if what you're asking for is a story of how I became a YouTuber, I mean, I can tell you the story of how I became a YouTuber. I like telling it. It's a funny story. I mean, I was always a gamer. Like, don't get me wrong. I was never involved in any kind of, like, game journalism, or nor did I ever have any desire to make videos or, like, play games online with, you know, like, people watching me. I didn't ever, like, stream without the intent of being a YouTuber also, which is kind of silly to think about it that way. So like there was never a time where I was, you know, just putting videos up willy-nilly with no intention of actually like, you know, going through with any kind of YouTuber-esque style thing. So like when I did start putting out videos, it was under the intention of becoming a YouTuber, and I wasn't trying to be famous so much as man, what how do I explain it? I don't even know how to explain it.
I need more essence. I need more time.
Alright, well, the story starts out with me moving in with my girlfriend. Okay, so a long time ago, you know, eons and eons ago, I was once just a regular person, just like you and me and everyone else. And, I had a girlfriend, and we moved in together. And, you know, I like to watch sci-fi shows and Star Trek, and you know, YouTube was never really my thing. Never really used to watch YouTube for the most part. I pulled up the occasional video on YouTube to check out some stuff, but for the most part, you know, I didn't really watch YouTube a lot, but she did. And not only did she watch a lot of YouTube, but she was very particularly watching a couple YouTubers specifically. Markiplier was one of them. She also watched Jacksepticeye, and she also watched Corey Kenshin. Corey X Kenshin. And she was sitting there watching Markiplier one day, and you know, I'm sitting there watching her. I never really was like interested in the YouTubers, but I was interested in her like fascination with the YouTubers, which was strange to me, right? And I couldn't really figure out what the hell special these, you know, YouTubers were doing. And after watching, you know, the upteenth video of, you know, Markiplier plays this, or Jacksepticeye plays that, or Corey X Kenshin plays this, it dawned on me that they weren't doing anything special. And you might be like, well, surely they must be doing something special because they're, you know, millionaires, and they've got, you know, millions of viewers, and people watch them on a regular basis. And I'm like, they're not doing anything special. I'm like, it's the same thing I do every day. I'm like, when I play games, like, and I talk with people, I bull crap with them, I make jokes, I crack, you know, I sing stupid songs, and play pranks on my friends, and it's like, I'm like, they're really not doing anything special. And I told her that, like, at the time. I remember I was sitting in bed with her, and we were watching, like, one of the latest episode of Markiplier's, you know, like, horror games or whatever. And I was like, I could do that. She's like, do what? I was like, what he's doing. I was like, I can do that. And she's like, oh, yeah, right. She's like, you know, whatever. And I was like, no, babe, really, I can totally do that. Like they're not doing anything special. I could do that. And, you know, a couple weeks later, I was like, I kind of resolved myself. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see if I can do that what they're doing. I was like, because what they're doing doesn't seem all that different than what I do on a regular basis. I was like, so I'm just gonna go up there and I'm gonna do what I normally do, and I'm gonna see if it works. And I did. And for a year I failed. Like, for basically an entire year I failed, and my girlfriend just kind of, you know, like, looked at me like I was an idiot, and you know, nobody really believed I was gonna, like, make anything of the channel, but I knew from research and experience, and also, you know, like, other businesses that I had run, that nothing comes easy, and you know, it takes a lot. Like, it takes time. And you know, the time that it takes is something that you don't realize at first. You don't realize that it's going to take such a long time investment. I mean, like I did my research, and I wasn't an idiot about it. So like I looked to see like how long did it take Mr. Beast to become popular, and it was like 5 years. He didn't hit like where I'm at for like 5 years. It took 5 years before he was in like the same position I was in after like a year or two. You know, I realized that it was going to take time, so I just stuck with it. A lot of my early videos are still up, and I mean they're there if you want to watch them. Not very many people actually have watched them, believe it or not. Like even now, after I've become, you know, popular, and I've gotten like, I think I'm up to like 14 or 15 million views and like nearly 35,000 subscribers. Like even now, people don't go back and watch my older content. They just don't. So if I take something from like some of my earliest days, which is I think one of my first videos from back then, when I first started making content, would be this one right here. This is my first video, guys. Okay. Are you guys ready for Ginger Gaming Mentor's first video? Like, this is my real first attempt at becoming a YouTuber.
Minecraft has been played to death, but it is a very fun game, and sometimes you just want to relax with something that's not so serious.
So serious. Where's my
We're going
face?
to do survival, and we're going to try our best not to die.
Where am I at?
Let's see.
I ain't got a camera?
Make it survival.
I got no camera.
Trash can.
Survival trash can. I am a raccoon.
Survival trash can. And
That's right. It's good quality.
Right.
It's not bad. Why am I so soft-spoken? Now I'm loud.
Alright, guys and gals,
let's go ahead and make
today
an
we're going to
axe
be
real quick.
playing some
Chop
Minecraft,
down some
and
more trees.
we're going to chop down some more trees, and you know, we've got a happy little tree,
We're gonna
and
get ourselves a rudimentary house
we're
built.
going to get ourselves,
Because
you know,
before we
just
know it, it's going to be nighttime, and there's
yeah,
going to
it's
be
going to be
creepers
nighttime,
everywhere.
there's going to be creepers everywhere,
Skeleton archers.
skeleton archers, and
Spiders.
that's right,
and
spiders.
Who knows what else?
We hate spiders. We got to protect ourselves from the spidums. That's right. That's right. Got to protect yourself from the spidums.
You guys want to fast forward and see my house? Here, hold on. I'll show you my house. There you go. Look, there's my little hovel. I made a little hovel, guys. My little Minecraft
I have
hovel.
a house with a little bit more fortification. A roof over my head. I don't have a bed yet, but I like this.
That's right. I
I
like
think that's going to be it for my first video.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue this series in the same world.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys will join me for some more adventures.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be able to find those zombies.
Yeah.
Skeletons and slime.
There were skeletons. The second video was skeletons. That's what it was.
Hello guys
Evil
and
freaking
welcome.
skeletons. And they tried to shoot arrows into my butthole, and I didn't like it. And they were in the dark, and I couldn't see the dang things because it was like freaking pitch black death in there. And, it
And
was
some armor. I believe we...
pitch black death in the freaking corner of the doojank over there. Like,
That is a...
look at the. Hold on, watch. I come around the corner, and I just get like blasted. I get like sugar blasted with freaking doojank.
Whoa. That is a lot of everything down there.
Yeah,
I
explosions.
cannot believe that.
Skeletons, zombies. Like you're friggin', you know, I was going into the boonies over there.
At my house too. We don't want
Some light on
unwanted
there.
visitors.
Yeah, we don't want unwanted visitors. There might be a
This will help keep
skeleton
the
spider.
monsters from
Oh, I
spawning
died.
directly around. Didn't
What
think
killed
I would
me?
eat you. You didn't think.
What got me? What got? Oh, skeleton archer.
And that
Oh,
was half your problem.
oh.
Oh lord, I hate skeleton archers.
There's multiple skeleton
die out
archers. No. There was two. There was
No.
a second shooter
So
in
much for
the
trying
the
out.
grassy knoll. There was a second shooter in the grassy knoll, boys.
Magic is neither good nor evil.
I'm not really sure if this was better damage than mine. Anyway, so like, let me continue my story. So after I made a bunch of videos that nobody watched, and you know, like I made tons and tons of videos that nobody watched. I made World of Tanks videos. I made Minecraft videos. I made videos on like pretty much anything that I thought people would be interested in, and nobody watched any of them, for the most part. I think a lot of my earlier videos had like no views on them, practically at all by comparison to like my newer content, and they have remained so, you know, for like a very long time. If I go, if I pull up my page here, yeah, here we go. All right, so this is what my my little page looks like here. So there's a couple like really old videos that I posted back when I was, I don't know, I was just having fun with the NVIDIA Shield, but they weren't part of my YouTube channel, and I wasn't trying to be popular or anything. But like you see, like a lot of my older videos, like 61, 31, the 14, 64, 22, right? Like pretty bad views for a long time. And then, you know what happened? What happened was eventually, I had one video kind of blow up, sort of. It was a Minecraft Survival episode 31, where I literally took a bee on a trip, on a fishing trip for some reason. I don't know why I took Mr. B on a fishing trip, but I did, and I got a lot of views. It was actually pretty decent. It was 1,244 views, so it was like one of my first big videos. And I don't really know why that one was popular. It's literally just me talking to a bee. I'm not even joking. I'm literally just talking to a bee. There's nobody else there with me.
Hello, guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Minecraft. I got Mr. B with me.
That's right, Mr.
Hello,
B.
Mr. B.
What's up, Mr. B?
And it's
We're
going
going
to be
fishing.
a rather simple episode.
We're just gonna go
We're
fish.
going to go fish.
That's right. Mr. B, Mr. B,
It's been
and
a
me.
little while since I just did a little fishing on Minecraft.
Yeah.
I heard there's some pretty nice things that you
Yeah.
can get.
Yeah, we'll go fishing.
I don't know exactly what, but
And Mr. B's with me, okay? Mr. B likes fishing. Don't you
I
guys
certainly
judge?
would like to try.
Don't you guys judge Mr. B, all right? And we just fish. That's what we do. For 43 minutes, we fish. And I talk to Mr. B. And we look at the sunset.
This is terrible.
We've been
Oh,
just
it's
fishing
so
forever.
mesmerizing. You look down and you know, like all this coral and like the little light show patterns, and like it's almost like an LED panel.
Yeah. Okay, so then basically after a while, I did other games that I really liked, like System Shock 2. I love System Shock 2. So I did like a full playthrough of System Shock 2. And I used to break them up into parts and stuff like that and post multiple parts. But like, again, I got like an okay, decent, like little tiny little views on here. One of my videos got some decent ones, and then like, again, it was back to, you know, me getting like 4 views, 8 views, you know, like pretty trash. Then this one happened, which was, so I started working on like the NVIDIA Shield TV Pro. I'm pretty heavy in the tech world, and so I figured, you know, why not? I'll post a video of me fixing my 2015 NVIDIA Shield, and lo and behold, I got a whole bunch of views on that video. Like it was, it's 19,909. That was like one of my first real big hits, besides the Mr. B video. And then again, it kind of like, I did like another tech video, and that one did like okay, I guess. Kept going down the line until basically, again, like a lot of failures. Like I did some Raft episodes. I thought that game was really fun, by the way. Cleaned out one of my controllers. They got some pretty decent views on that. Swapped out the shells on one of my controllers. This one's actually something really cool you can do with the old Wii U controllers, by the way. So you can take the, there's a black Wii U controller and there's a white Wii U controller. And you can basically, because they're essentially the same exact unit, you can just take the black...
Hello, guys and gals.
you can take the black buttons out of the black controller and put it into the white controller, and you can take the white buttons out of the white controller and put it into the black controller, and it looks really cool. Like, it looks way better than the basics. So, like, once you get it all swapped out and you have like your two controllers all nice and snazzy, so you swap the black buttons into the white controller and the white controllers into the black controller. I kind of just like did like a whole tutorial on how to do it. It was fun. They look really neat. You could always swap it back if you wanted to, if you didn't like it, but I liked it, so, you know, I kept it. I mean, that one did, like, okay. The cat vomit one did better, probably because I had cat vomit on the screen. But then, what ended up happening was... This one went pretty big. It was the how to speed up your NVIDIA Shield TV Pro. I did like a little cheesy video on how to get that like your system to run faster. People really like that. 34,000 views. That was actually pretty good. And then eventually, way down the line here, another NVIDIA Shield video. So it wasn't actually Diablo that I started getting popular with first, because the other NVIDIA Shield videos, they were all doing really well. I don't know why people really like the NVIDIA Shield videos. But then Diablo came. So like Diablo 2, 4,000, 1,000, well, that's 2,000 basically, like 688, 1,000, 31,000 on another NVIDIA Shield video, and so forth and so on, and it kept on going down the line. Then I started like reviewing like, you know, unique items and stuff like that, and those videos, you know, started popping off. People liked the Diablo 2 content. I liked Diablo 2. You know, it was kind of like a match made in heaven, because I liked the game. And I was like, you know what, I'll make videos on that game too. I like that game as well. And, you know, it kind of resonated really well, and people started, you know, having a lot of fun with those videos. Yeah, I still had some Diablo 2 videos that did poorly, like these right here. You can see they just got like pretty crappy views, and a lot of this stuff was it was okay, I guess. But then Diablo 2 Resurrected launched, and when Diablo 2 Resurrected launched, that was when things started getting serious. As you can see, I got 101,000 views on my Resurrecting guide, so we're getting into the serious territory of, you know, like actually getting some real views on something. I played Cyberpunk when it came out, and Cyberpunk did horrible. Like, I don't know. Like some of these videos, I swear, like I don't even know why they're still up here, because they get no views, and not only that, but they get no likes, no updates, no comments. Like, I could probably delete this one. Wouldn't even hurt me. I just go like boop, 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 and now it's gone. Like, some of these older videos, they just really don't have much purpose. They don't generate any ad revenue. They don't get any views. I mean, I don't even know why they're really there. I could probably just go through and prune half of the videos on this list. Even my Diablo videos weren't always doing really well, as you can see. Like 23, 30, 39, 40. Like, they were kind of, I mean, they were okay, I guess. I mean, pretty much back to what I was getting when I originally started, which kind of sucked. Did I listen to the Cyberpunk music while playing? I don't even remember, probably. But then eventually what happened was Diablo 2 Resurrected came out. That was when things started to get really crazy. I did Half-Life 2 as well. Nobody watched that either. I like Half-Life 2 too. That makes me sad. The Back for Blood. Yep. Diablo 2 Resurrected, what to sell for gold. That was one of the first Diablo 2 Resurrected videos. There's the countdown to Diablo 2 Resurrected, like the beta and so forth and so on, right? And then, like, this is where things started to get serious. Like, so I made like the D2R beta video. Eventually got to the point where, like, I tested it on a like a crappy system to see if D2R would run on a crappy system. People like that. And you know, and like it just kind of continued from there. Eventually, Diablo 2 Resurrected launched, and when Diablo 2 Resurrected launched, that was when things got serious, right? So like, I did like the Nintendo Switch version of the D2R. We did like the launch day. There was like a bunch of live streams and stuff too. Like this isn't even including any of the live streams. And then I started getting like big numbers, like 154,000 on that one, and like 51,000 on that one, and 76,000 on that one, and so forth and so on. And the numbers started to pick up pretty dramatically to a point where I'd have like, you know, just pretty much every video I was putting out was getting like pretty decent views in Diablo 2 Resurrected. And then eventually you guys came and started watching some of my other content too, so that was kind of fun. The I still haven't put out every single video on Diablo 2 Resurrected, but honestly I started covering basically like every single category. It's interesting to see how many like times people search for my videos and how popular a specific item is. So like if you look, for instance, like the wealth rune word, you know, only like 5,883 views on the wealth rune word, but Voice of Reason, 25,571. It's almost like a popularity contest for which rune words are the most popular, and you know, which ones people were constantly searching for on a regular basis, or which unique item that somebody was searching for on a regular basis. Like, not very many people cared about the Storm Spire, but you know, like 25,000 people were searching for the Reaper's Toll, and so forth and so on. And so, you know, like having a video out on every single unique item, you know, really kind of gives you a perspective into which unique items are the most popular, like across the board, which rune words are the most popular, and so forth and so on. And I really just started like chronicling all of D2R at a certain point. I mean, the only reason that I haven't really put out a lot of Diablo 2 Resurrected videos is because I pretty much have them all up. I mean, I'm running out of ideas. I've got a couple more ideas like in the pipeline, but to be honest with you, I've got like almost 3,000 videos up at this point, and I'm starting to work on content for Diablo 4. And you know, like, I mean, I get it. Some of you guys don't want to see me work on content for Diablo 4, but I'm kind of out of content to make for Diablo 2. And I'd like to make all the content for Diablo 4 as well. The main problem with Diablo 4, though, is they keep changing the game like every single patch, and so it's very difficult for me to make videos on a game that's, you know, to chronicle a game where literally they change everything constantly. It's not easy to chronicle something that's constantly under, you know, like threat of everything changing every single season. What else do I... Oh, yeah. I wanted to test out the Ring of the Starlight. That is a big thing that I want to test, and we definitely need to get a Ring of the Starlight test in. So, we're going to have to do a Starlight test, and I think we're going to have to set up a character specifically for the Starlight test. So, it's probably going to be Andariel's. And, yeah. Okay. So, let's go set up a... Trying to think here. I'm trying to think if we can just use my Papa Bear. Papa Bear's, I think, already mostly set up for how I would do this. Mostly, but not completely. I would have to gut him a little bit, which would be unfortunate. I thought that was me naked there for a second. I thought I was the naked one. I don't want to be the naked one. I guess maybe we don't need to use him, because he's really set up for basic skills, and I don't think that's really going to help us in what we're trying to do. So I guess we're just going to make a new character, and we'll play around with it from there. So let's go ahead and create new Drodad. All the druids just look so bad. I don't know why they all look so bad. Alright, we're going to call him Starlight, because that's the entire build is going to be based around the Starlight aspect, which is something that we're going to be playing with. So what does the Starlight aspect do? The Starlight aspect allows you to regenerate your essence by creating or by healing yourself is basically what it does. So the more you heal yourself, the more you are going to create your spirit, right? So we should have infinite spirit by creating that. And the way that we're going to do this is we're going to have multiple ways of healing ourselves. So we're definitely going to be using Andariel's Visage, which is going to give us one solid heal. We got 5% maximum, 5% chance to heal 1,000 life. It's pretty nice, not gonna lie. I'm not really sure if that's what we want, but yeah. Let's go ahead and put on some skill tree points here, because I'm not exactly sure what we're going to be doing for this. We don't really want to do a basic skill, because the point of this is to have infinite resource, and basic skills are kind of the opposite of that. So let's just go ahead and throw, I don't know, claw. So I'm thinking we're going to be doing shapeshift, and I don't think pulverize is the way. So I think we're doing shred. I think that's what we're going to be doing. Alright, so let's go ahead and... No, we don't want to do that. Let's cap out Shred. Let's go ahead and bring up Predatory Instinct. And let's grab the movement speed as well while we're at it. That'll help us get where we need to go. We also want core skills cost more, but generate more damage, which is definitely nice. Alright, let's go with 3 in clarity, and then let's grab the poison creeper with the crit, because we're going to be spamming the poison creeper is what we're going to do. So in fact, we might just want to go companion with this, just in general. The reason why is because we're going to want like the maximum damage output all the time. So let's do that, and then we want neurotoxin. We're gonna go with toxic claws. I don't really want to do lacerate. Lacerate can go suck it. I don't really want to do grizzly rage either, so maybe we just avoid that entirely. Let's do quick shift for the damage, because we're going to be shifting back and forth all the time anyway. Let's fortify shapeshift, because we're going to be fortifying every single time we shapeshift. And let's go ahead and just use lupine ferocity. It really doesn't matter. We got 13 points left. We probably want some kind of defensive. What's our skill assignment looking like? Okay, yeah, so we probably go with a defensive skill of some type. One o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock defensive. Probably just the bulwark. And then we can go with this one and this one. And then we can drop... Can't remember. Does that bring down the cooldown? No. 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 And we just beef up the absorption from Earthen Bulwark, since it's going to be our only defensive skill. That works out fine. Alright, so we need some equipment to actually make this build somewhat work. Would be nice.
Wouldn't it be nice if you gave me some gear that was actually 925? But you didn't give me none of that. No, you gave me a bunch of crap. Oh, wouldn't it be crap if you were crappy? Alright, let's mark that as a keeper. I want life on hit, is what I want. I know, life on hit is a terrible stat, but it's going to be useful for this build. Mm-hmm. 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 I don't know what I'm doing over here. I got lots of stuff and I frickin' fear everything. Everything. Alright, that'll work, I guess. We can re-roll the pit damage. And let's put this one on too. Why not? Alright, these weapons gotta go. Because they're not 925 and they suck. I'm sure I've got better ones on here that are 925. I know I've got like at least one totem in here. Cody, what's the matter, buddy? Is your butthole itchy? You got an itchy butt? Does you need nuggums? I give you some nuggums. Do you want spidums? There's spidums in the corner. You can eat it. Them delicious. Crunchy. Crunchy spidums. How about a trail of ants? Would you like a trail of ants? We can get you at least 100,000. I mean, they don't really fill you up very much, but it's fun to eat each one as they come in. That's 100,000 tongue licks. What do you think? Or how about you bring me your ball and I'll throw it. You bring me your ball. Go get your ball. Where's your ball at? Go get that. Where's your ball? I said what I said. I said, where's your ball, you big chunky boy? You see this thing? Look at this thing. Look at this big snoot. Look at this. Snoot. Snootums. Pimpums all over his face. Him's a pimpum dog. Pimpum dog. Pimpum dog. Radioactive pimpum dog. Him's a boogus. Ow. Fangs. Them sharp fangs. The sharpest of fangs. You know what? Probably actually Banished Lords would be really good for this, now that I think about it. Yeah, we want Banished Lords. That's what we want. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, definitely Banished Lords. Okay. I'm trying to think if we go with a two-hander or not. I mean, we can't go with Grandfather, which is unfortunate. We actually want something fast, but... maybe a two-hander. A two-handed staff might not be bad. Let me see what I got staff-wise. Do I got a nice little staff? Probably don't got a really nice staff. Do I got a nice little staff? That's a mace. It's got it's a lot of life. Vulnerable damage, willpower. Oh yeah, that's real nice. Let's use that. Alright. So we got ourselves a staff. And I think we can pretty much just work out the rest of our equipment. Unless we really want a unique item. I don't know. I don't know if there's any other uniques I would add into this.
I feel like we need aspects, not unique items. So let's just roll from here and let's see what we can do. Let's set up our boons too while we're at it. So we want this one right here. This is masochistic. It's lucky hit. Critical strikes have up from shapeshifting skills have up to a 75% chance to heal you for 5% maximum life. So we want that one. We also want the pack leader, which is going to let us reset our companion skills, which is going to give us more multipliers, which is definitely what we want. And then I'll just see here. We need to go pick up a specific one, but we want increase attack speed, and we may need this Gift of the Stag, which is 40 maximum spirit, because we're going to be burning spirit quickly, and it's going to be a little strange. Like, we're going to burn it, and then we're going to use it, and then we're going to burn it, and we're going to use it, and we're going to like keep creating it and using it, creating it and using it. I'm saying it wrong, I'm sure. So we're going to just set up this build really strangely so that we're healing ourselves massive amounts, but we're also generating massive amounts of spirit while healing ourselves. So it should work out pretty crazy, and we should be able to just, if everything works out right, we should be able to hold down the shred button. Like, literally just hold down the shred button. And then while holding down the shred button, we can spam our poison creeper, our wolves, and our ravens whenever we feel like it, essentially. And every time we do that, we'll get a nice little multiplier for our shred. So it should work out really nice. I think we're gonna do. Let's do the birdie. Where's the birdie at? We're gonna do the birdie. Where's the birdie? Come here, birdie. I wanna be a super bonded with you, birdie. Need a little bit of drink, birdie. I know you like a little bit of drink, so we gotta get you a little bit of drink, birdie. Just a little bit of drink, birdie. All right, now we need the aspects. So we need all the aspects set up so that this character actually works. Maybe we use that one. That's actually not a bad aspect for this build. The one that, the aspect of the Dark Dance. Because we're going to be healing ourselves so much. Who cares? Like, we're going to have massive amounts of heals. So, like, why not? Let's use the Dark Dance aspect. And then we're also going to be using... I'm trying to remember. There's a bunch of aspects in here that have to do with core skills. I want the one that critical strikes with core skills increase your attack speed. Yeah, we're going to be using that one. So let's put that on the gloves. I was thinking maybe we could even throw that on the staff, but I don't know. Alright, so for the weapon... Let's go delete this. I'm trying to think what we want on the weapon for this. Let's take a look at the shred aspects. Alright, let's do the aspect of the Blurred Beast. And let's put that on our main hand to get an 80% multiplier. We still need more. I'm trying to think what else we want with this one. Critical strikes with shred. Deal 30% of the damage dealt as lightning. That one could be interesting as well.
Cody, did you bring me your ball? Did you come eat this? Where's the ball at? Did you get it? Go get the ball, silly boy. Where's your ball? Go get it. Ugh. Did you find it? Where is it? Come over here without your ball, you big silly boy. Hey, that's another one of the aspects from the Malignant era. +3 to wolves with a chance to gain an extra wolf. Maximum of 3 additional wolves. Maybe we go with Edge Masters. That actually might be a solid play. Depends on how well we're able to keep our essence up. I was also thinking about the Fortify option. This one right here, which is 30% multiplier on the Fortify. I mean, that's a pretty good choice as well. Then we need the heals. So we need the, I think it's... I can't remember which one it is. Yeah, the Undying, which is going to let us heal even more. Yeah, we're going to be healing. A lot. There's going to be a lot of healing. Okay? It's going to be a lot of healing. I know. Yeah. We're going to do it. Don't worry. We got it. We can do it. Alright, pantaloons. Of course, we don't have enough armor to make this work, but you know, let's put this one in, the Prudent Heart, which makes us immune. And then we need a boot aspect. We need a booty doody booty. A booty pooty. We need a booty pooty doody doody pooty pooty. Doody. Pooty. Doody. Pooty. Oi, 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 oi. Doody. Pooty. Doody. Pooty. Oi, 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 oi. Alright. So we have a character mildly set up. Let me guess, I don't have any tempering aspects. Yeah, well, I've got these. Shred critical strike chance. God, freaking. Stand up for a second. Whew. Okay. Much better. I must be missing the one that I need. This is unfortunate. Man, my struggle with manuals this entire PTR. Let me just take a look at the manuals and see what's available. I mean, of course, they changed some of them for the PTR, but I just want to see if I can get Shred twice. So, Shred critical strike chance is the only thing.
Well, that kind of sucks. Grizzly Rage, Maul size, Pulverize size, Lacerate duration, Rabies duration, and Shred critical strike chance. Okay. So I guess that is the only thing that I can do. Shred critical strike chance. That doesn't really seem all that useful, but... There you go. I got 10% shred critical strike chance on my weapon. We definitely do not want damage to distant. Can we move on from the damage to distant, please? Oh, thank you for my 200% damage to distant. That was so amazing. Damage to crowd control enemies. I don't think crowd control. Actually, you know what? We haven't set up our Paragon board yet, so let's do that before we... Because I need to figure out what my multiplier is going to be. Let's go ahead and grab this one. Dang, so much maximum spirit. We really want the core damage, but... Let's go this way instead, so we can grab all that core damage. We're setting up for core, so... Makes sense. Alright, so here we want... Let's go ahead and just activate Bane here. It doesn't really matter. I'm not too worried about any of this anyway. We're just going to get our little buffs. We're going to move on. Really is not a lot of intelligence on this board. Alright, next we want Tracker, most likely. Where are you at, Tracker? Tracker. There you are. Tracker is Dex. Alright, we definitely also want the one where we spend resource and we gain damage. Which I think we already got that one, right? That's what we just got. Yeah, Ancestral Guidance. Okay, so we've got Ancestral Guidance. We also want Heightened Malice. I don't know if they fixed Blurred Beast from Season 4. Blurred Beast wasn't adding multiplicative damage. I'm trying something else entirely, but yeah, you're probably right. I mean, it's not. I'm not really doing that, but what we're doing is we're testing out something else. I'm not really concerned about the damage. It might sound kind of silly for me to say that I'm not concerned about the damage, but I'm not. Yeah. Okay, we want Spirit Glyph. That is dexterity as well. So let's go ahead and just pop down here and grab that. Okay, that's like way over. But that's critical strike damage. I think we'll be alright. We need to pull some points, we'll pull some points. Alright, and then this board is going to be... I guess we just grab this board just because it's not really that big of a deal anyway. It's nice to get the werewolf damage. I'll just go ahead and take this. And then what do we want here? %20 lucky hit chance. 15% damage reduction while you have an active barrier. I actually really like this one with the barrier. Let's do this one with the barrier. There's a reason why I'm thinking that this one will be really nice. And it basically just has to do with the fact that if we have a barrier, we don't get hurt. And if we don't get hurt, then we're always overhealing. And if we're always overhealing, then we are always restoring our essence, which is what we want. So we want to be always restoring the essence, if possible. Okay, that's 58, so we still got some more room to grow here. What else do we want? Looks like the closest one might be this one. That's attack speed. I do like attack speed. Maybe we snag that attack speed on the way to the next board. Inner Beast, shape-shifting after spirit cost by 5% up to 45%. I mean, it's like okay, I guess. Constricting Tendrils doesn't apply to us. Thunderstruck doesn't apply to us. Earth and Devastation doesn't apply to us. So I guess Survival Instincts is really the only one left. %20 damage while in werebear form. I think maybe this one might be better. We should have plenty of vulnerable through the, these are both werebear form ones. I don't want werebear stuff. Werebear, werebear. While in werebear form. So this is a werebear one too. I don't... That's that. Did I choose? I must have chose the wrong one. I don't know how I did that. I was pretty sure I chose the one that was, Survival Instincts. I guess I didn't choose... No, I did choose Survival Instincts. I chose the wrong freaking board. Wrong freaking board. That's okay, cause I know I'll get it right this time. And Inner Beast. That's the one that I meant to choose. Okay. Hey, there's attack speed on this board too. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, let's just attach it just like this. And let's bring it up here, grab this attack speed nodes. Grab the inner beast node, which will help us with our cooldown reduction. Or sorry, our spirit cost problems. We're going to have spirit cost problems. And then we get one more glyph socket. Nice. Bong. Okay. So we need willpower, so we might as well just grab both of these. And then willpower, it's active. Alright, and then from here we can just grab like the shape-shifting damage or something, doesn't matter. Alright, he's set up enough. He's set up enough. That's good enough. We could do some like minor tempers here and there on some of the equipment. I don't really think crowd control damage was the right option here, so let's see if we can get something better. There you go, flat damage. Alright. And of course I'm missing like most of this stuff, but whatever. Did we put the Starlight aspect on an item? I just realized I don't think we ever actually put the Starlight aspect on an item, which is kind of like the entire point of the build. And I think I might be, broken. I think I might be broken. I think I might be insane. I think I might have lost the last brain cell in my ugly brain. I think I might be broken, and I don't know what to do. But that's okay, 'cause if I'm broken, then so are you. I think I might be broken, and I don't know why. I think I might be broken, and that ain't no lie. 'Cause I did the wrong thing yet again, and my dog huffed in my ear. He said, oh, why? Oh, why? Oh, yeah, let me check my resistances real quick. I need to switch it to World Tier 4, because they start you at World Tier 2. I gotta swap over. I think my dog might be broken. He wants all the snacks. He said, that's normal behavior for a dog. He said, no, it's not. That's not broke, dude. That's normal behavior. Did I ever stop playing Last Epoch? I'm gonna be honest, I never went back. Like the launch was so rough, I could never find it in my heart to continue, and so I never did. I never continued. It was rough. It was pretty rough. It was very rough, actually. It was like sandpaper level rough. Hurt. It hurts. It hurt me inside. Deep in my soul. I need to put the Starlight aspect on the ring, so let's do that real quick. I totally forgot about putting the Starlight aspect on the ring. Let's put the Starlight aspect on the ring. That's right. We're all a little crazy. We're all a little sad. We all don't know it, but we might be bad. I'm gonna try my best to do what I got to. But when the Kubus monster comes, I'm gonna have to run. That's right, I said it. Kubus monster. That's the monster Kubus. A Kubus a Monsterium. He said, me not monster. That does lie. He said, you tell not truths. He said, me just regular dog. He said, you tell all that, but me just regular dog. Me just normal dog. I just normal dog. He's lie. He's telling not truths. He said, you're lying sack of poop. Cody's yelling at me right now. All right. Mostly ready. Mostly. Let's get some sockets in the do-janks so that we can actually get our resistances right. Let's take that skull out of there. Actually, we might be okay with one skull. Because it looks like I just need a fire and a lightning, so... Okay, whatever. Just one fire. One lightning. A ruby. A ruby. A ruby. A ruby. That was not a ruby. Dang it, Cody, you messed me up. What's the matter, Cody? Do you got diarrheums? Do you got the poopadoodus sickness? Do you gotta go do the peppers? Do you gotta do peppers? Pepper do? Okay, we're gonna add some sockets to the staff. And we're gonna do critical strike damage, or do we do vulnerable damage? I think we do vulnerable damage for this build. Alright, now the question is, does it work? Does it work? So if it works the way I think it do, if it works the way I think it do, we should be able to just hold down Shred and never let it go. If it works the way I think it do. If it do the way I think it does. If it do the way I think it does, then maybe it'll do. If it don't the way I think it don't, then I'm not sure what to tell you. But if I'm right and we can maintain our do-jack and never let go of the shred and hold it down forever, I tell you this, my friend, that we can do it to the end. We're going shred, 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 shreddy, shred. We're going shred, shred, shreddy, shred. Oh, hold down that button and never let it go. Just keep on shredding all day long and never sing a song. We're gonna shred, shreddy, shred, 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 shreddy, shred. Look at all my shredding and shredding. I'm on a shred. Shred, shred, shred. Well, it works. It's actually kind of a halfway decent little build. I mean, it's not like amazing, but it's there. Basically, I have like no spirit cost for Shred, and the reason why I have no spirit cost for Shred is because I'm healing myself too much. So every single time I heal myself, I'm able to just like spam Shred. Of course, I also get this, you know, spend enough spirit to gain a damage bonus thing. Like, so it kind of like messes with it, but normally if you spam an ability, it won't be something that you can infinitely use. I mean, it shouldn't be, anyway.
I'm not ready yet.
Let me try this again. I'm gonna go out and go back in. So my buffs reset. So theoretically, if I just hold down the button right here, As you can see, I can't get my spirit to fall. Like, it's just not possible. However, if I take the Ring of the Starlight off, it should... Yes. So see, it eventually drops without the Ring of the Starlight on. So the Ring of the Starlight is basically what's creating this infinite spirit on this build. It just basically allows you to have infinite spirit no matter what, which is pretty freaking awesome. And then once you have infinite spirit, then you can kind of like do whatever it is that you want to do. I'm also like spamming heals on myself to the utmost degree, and the heals that I'm spamming on myself will keep me alive through pretty much everything. So I've got the heals coming in from the Endergirl's Visage with the 2% life leech. I've got the heals coming in from the Undying Armor, which is 2% heal every single time I cast an ability. I also have the heal coming in from the Masochistic, which is a 75% chance to heal for 5% of my maximum life. To put it plainly, I'm basically spamming as many heals as I possibly can on myself, which means that the character is next to invincible unless he gets one-shot. So he has to be one-shot to essentially die. And I put this on right here, which is supposed to prevent one-shots. So after being damaged for at least 20% of your maximum life, you become immune. So it should potentially prevent me from getting one-shot. So I'm going to heal myself to maximum life. My health is going to always be full, and then hopefully, like, I don't know, with that on, maybe even, like, utilizing... maybe this one might actually be better. The Endurant Faith, the one that is when you would be damaged for at least 40% of your maximum life at once, it is instead distributed over the next 4 seconds and reduced by 30%, right? So that could be an interesting option too. So if you were to throw that on, you could maybe get like a pretty nice damage bonus. Of course, you lose one of your offensive aspects, which is unfortunate, but depends on like whether you need it or not.
I must wait a moment.
Losing an offensive aspect sucks. It sucks. Let's go see how he does in like a dungeon. I don't know. He can't go into the pit because I don't have access to it yet. But we could throw him in. We could just throw him in the deep end at like a tier 100 nightmare dungeon just to see how he actually behaves. Let's throw him into the deep end, boys. Right into the deep end, yeah. Right into the deep end, yes, sir. You know what, let's make a small change too. I don't really need the one that dashes, performs a dash, so let's go the poison route instead.
I must wait a moment.
Instant death, of course, because he didn't have the armor value, I don't think. That's okay, hold on. Let me get my Doojanks running. Woohoo! Look at how fast I heal though, like holy Jesus. Alright, so we gotta work on survivability a bit, which, you know, I pretty much expected. Because we gotta be able to take the hits to be able to heal ourselves, so if we can't take the hits, then we can't dish out the damage. And we can't take the hits. So we need some more damage reduction of some type in the build. Damage output is looking pretty nice. We just can't take individual hits, which is unfortunate. Most of these monsters are just putting out far more damage than we have health. And damage reduction. What's our armor at? 7,133. So that could definitely go up as well. I mean, I could throw on like a Juggernaut aspect for the time being just to test out physical damage. Dude, those monsters just like slap me out of existence. It's hilarious. The basic skill sword. I mean, if you wanted to set up a basic build, you could potentially use the Starlight aspect with the basic build to create an infinite healing, resource situation where your resource never falls below 0. I mean, the entire thing with the Starlight aspect is it creates infinite resource. So, depending on how you set up your character and whether or not you have enough healing coming in, which I might actually be overboard on the healing, which could, possibly be the case. Maybe, possibly, 100, probably 100%, but maybe, possibly. We could dial back the healing, and we could increase our tankiness a little bit. Ooh. Let's see. See what we got for damage reduction aspects. Basic isn't going to work for us. Not entirely sure. I mean, we don't necessarily need Andariels, but I like having Andariels in the build. I think it works really well with this build. I guess we could throw like a Tyraels in or something. Let's just throw a Tyraels in, see if that gives us enough damage reduction. And then let's take this and put this back onto... well, I mean, we could just throw Juggernaut's aspect on for the time being. Just let's see if we can make him tanky enough to actually be able to, like, do what we need to do, and then we can dial it back from there. Juggernaut. I'm just using Juggernaut as a stopgap. I wouldn't actually use Juggernaut in the build anymore. Juggernaut has since become a meme because it's not really useful anymore. Like, it doesn't really do anything. If you have your character built properly, you can easily get away from it, and getting away from it means your character will be better overall. It's a good stopgap, though, for, like, dangerous situations where you're just not quite living up to your expectations or whatever. Like right now, it's a good stopgap measure for now. I took away one of my heals, and I'm not exactly sure if it's going to negatively affect me, but we'll see. I mean, this is tier 100, and he's doing plenty easily well with this. He's basically just holding down Shred the entire time, too. He doesn't even need the other aspects. The interesting thing about this, and you might be wondering, well, like, what does it matter that you've got infinite resource? Like, what does that really matter? It's not really, like, the infinite resource that's the thing here. It's actually the opposite. So, the beauty of this particular build is that you are getting infinite resource while having infinite health. That's kind of like the whole goal. So, infinite resource and infinite health. And then what you want to do is you want to kind of like make yourself tanky enough so that you can absorb all damage. It'd be interesting to see if potentially I could make the squishy build work. Like, I mean, it might seem kind of weird, but imagine if I did the squishy build with like full healing, and I used that new aspect that converts a hit of 40% into a bleed. Like, what if I did that instead? Like, what if I just went this route? I mean, if I went this route, I could potentially mitigate any big hit that comes in that could potentially kill me, turn it into a bleed dot, which I could then heal off as long as I'm healing enough. Then it shouldn't necessarily matter that I'm taking a big giant dot, right? So, like, what if we go back the other way? We'll just take the damage reduction off. Like, who cares? if we can out heal it and the attacks don't necessarily kill us, then we might be in a very interesting situation where we don't care if we are getting hit for the majority of our life. So let's grab Undying. Let's put Undying back on. I mean, we can keep materials on. I don't think it really matters all that much. Main thing is putting on the Endurant Faith to see if the Endurant Faith basically like protects us from the one-shots. And then if we can then out-heal the one-shots through the healing, which we're using to obviously keep ourselves full on spirit. So it's like a killing two birds with one stone scenario. You know, we've got infinite spirit and we also have infinite health. But can we stay alive to take advantage of both?
I must wait a moment.
See that big old dot coming in? Those are one-shots. Whenever you see my bar filling up green like that, those are most definitely one-shots. As soon as you put this on, you're just going to get tons of dots. So every single time a monster hits you for a massive portion of your life in a single swing, you're just going to see that happen, where your health just ends up being like eaten away really, really quickly. And you notice like it's pretty nasty, right? But I'm out healing it, so I don't necessarily care that the damage is being turned into dots and put on my character. Could be a very interesting way to run this build, have basically no defenses for the most part, and as long as you can out heal the damage that you're taking on the damage over time, then you're still good. And 40% of your maximum life is also an interesting way to think about it, because okay, so I didn't I think it was the puddle underneath my feet, because that didn't count as 40% of my maximum life. So the 40% maximum life isn't going to help you versus a massive number of dots. That's interesting.
I'm not ready yet. I must wait a moment.
Oh no. So I can't take the damage from the monsters and the dots from the monsters at the same time, because the dots are not being like applied within that scheme. That's interesting. So what if I back out a little bit outside of the range of these dots? I'm just gonna have to stay out of the poison puddles basically. Which is not really easy, because they put a new poison puddle under my feet every single time I move. That's amazing. And by amazing, I mean horrible. I mean, the theory of this build, though, doesn't necessarily mean you have to use this specific build. The really cool thing about this ring, or the Starlight aspect, is you could apply this to any build. You could apply it to a Tornado Druid. You could apply it to a Lightning Storm Druid. You could apply it to any of the builds. Because as long as you're dishing out damage and you're healing yourself in some way, then you're going to restore your life, which is then going to restore your primary resource, which is then going to give you essentially infinite whatever, right? So, you know, even if I wasn't using Shred, like maybe if you chose something else, like I could do Pulverize, I could do Tornado, I could do Lightning Storm, heck, it would even work with Boulder. When you change Boulder into a core skill and then it costs resource, you could probably even use it with Boulder. And yeah, I mean it's essentially just infinite resources at this point. Like there's no drawback to it. I mean, obviously I'm set up kind of squishy here, but the reason why I'm set up squishy is because I'm trying to test and see like how good the healing capability is, and whether or not that healing capability can keep you alive versus, you know, massive amounts of damage reduction. I mean, obviously you could have both, so you could do the healing and the damage reduction together, and you could set up a build that has, you know, a decent amount of both of the stats, trying to keep your character in more of a balance. And I was thinking about some of these heals too, and some of these heals are better than others. So the one that's the undying aspect works even when you're not, you know, in combat, which is an added benefit to the ability. So if I'm, for instance, like after a monster dies and I'm poisoned, I can just sit here and spam my basic skill or whatever, and I can get, you know, my health back that way. Whereas the Aeros Visage doesn't work in that way. So the Aeros Visage does require me to actually hit a monster, which is a different, you know, different entirely. I mean, this is a 95 Nightmare dungeon, and he's certainly, like, he's died a couple times, sure. He's not set up optimally. I mean, I could definitely have him better set up for armor. He's only got 5,839 armor. He's still staying alive surprisingly well for 5,839 armor. I mean, you guys got to admit, like, that's actually pretty impressive how well he's actually doing with nowhere near the amount of armor that he needs to survive, right? 9,230 is the new cap, and he's way below the 9,230 cap. So he's getting tanked by monsters, and he still manages to survive most of this stuff with relative ease. I mean, the poison does seem to be particularly nasty. I will say the poison does seem to be like kind of like out DPSing his heals through, you know, in combination with all the one shots that are occurring. Which is also important to think about. So not only is he able to survive, but he's also surviving the physical hits and the elemental hits in combination. And the only thing that's taking him out is the additional poison damage on top of everything else, which is kind of neat. Looks like there might actually be healing builds now. Like you could totally do healing builds now. I guess I see the future of the healing builds. I mean, you can even out-heal the poison if you're dealing enough damage, but I mean, the barrier comes in handy to give you a little bit of a leeway when you're fighting against that poison. So, I mean, that's nice. Seems like having that additional barrier to buy me a few seconds is pretty massive with this. I got health potion. I'll take it.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, good. We can fight the boss. I was hoping to get a boss in on this guy. I'm just gonna like just straight face tank him. I just want to see if I can take the hits and I can out heal the damage that he's causing to me. Oh lord, that is rough. I tanked that hit and that was a lot of damage. I'm doing like no damage to this guy though. That's kind of crazy. I wasn't doing very bad on the monsters, but I'm doing really bad on the boss. I mean, I guess it's to be expected for a character that I threw together in like, you know, 10-15 minutes or whatever. But
I'm not ready yet. I must wait a moment.
I mean, it's a slow kill. It's not like I'm doing nothing. I mean, I'm just there. I guess that's something. Man, I cannot take those hits, though. Even with the bracelet that is, you know, obviously saving my life at this particular point, when she hits me with those massive damage hits, it takes that damage and then reapplies it as a bleed to me, and like, man, that's rough. That's a big bleed.
I'm not ready yet.
Like that right there, I'm pretty sure she just hit me with a regular attack, and that regular attack was literally the majority of my life.
I'm not ready
So we definitely need, like, more tankiness, obviously more armor. I mean, I would assume you would run this build with maximum armor, but I wanted to see, like, just how much you could out-heal something. Like, whether or not you could out-heal the damage that would come in from these gauntlets, or whether you could out-heal the damage at all. I mean, unfortunately, the Endurant Faith gloves also take up one of your offensive aspects, which does kind of suck. So you're giving up an offensive aspect for a defensive aspect, which... not really sure how much I like that at all. Wah, 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 wah. I mean, my test is pretty conclusive though. Like I think I proved without a shadow of a doubt that the Starlight aspect is amazing now. It's absolutely insane. There's no reason why like pretty much everybody shouldn't be using this early on to just get like an unlimited resource. There's a lot of ways that you can heal. You can heal through the dodging. You can get like the Crowded Sage aspect now, which heals through dodging. You can set up for like dodge chance, and then every single time you dodge, you're going to heal, and every single time you heal, you're going to heal your spirit as well. And it actually lines up really nicely too, because it says for every 20% of your life that you heal, right? Well, if you take a look at the Crowded Sage aspect, the Crowded Sage aspect literally gives you 20% heal when you dodge. So every single time you dodge, you will heal, and every single time you heal, you will get 40 spirit, and you will just constantly and never-endingly like just be gaining spirit through that. It should work out amazing. So Crowded Sage. So if you did the Crowded Sage aspects in combination with the Starlight aspects, you would get unlimited resource. You would also get unlimited healing as long as you set up for dodge chance. And then you could also potentially use the assimilation aspect, which is the one that gives you 10% of your maximum life as fortify every time you dodge as well. And that would give you unlimited fortify, unlimited resource, and unlimited healing in 3 aspects. And of course, you know, like 2 of them are defensive aspects, so it's not really too big of a deal. One of them is a resource aspect that does require a ring slot, and then you have to build a dodge chance. Now you can get dodge chance on a lot of items now. Like you can roll dodge chance on pants, on boots, you can roll it on like your armor, your helmet, a bunch of different things, and you can get some pretty decent dodge chance between things. Like you can get like a 6% and another 6% roll on like your pants, so that's 12. The 2 aspects give you 8% each. So if you look at the aspects, they actually tell you that they give you 8% dodge. So when you're using them, you get 8% from both of those, which is 16. You can get another like 12 on your pants, so that's, what is that, 16, 28, so that's 28, right? And then you can get another 6 on your boots, so that's 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, so that's 34. You can get like dodge chance on your armor, so you can get another like 6% there. You can also get dodge chance on your amulet, and you could be rocking easily like 50-60% dodge chance, where literally most of the monsters are just, it's just dodge, 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 dodge. And you got heals coming in, then you got the resource coming in, then you got the fortification coming in. So you should be permanently fortified, always at full health, and always at full resource. which is a pretty nice little sick combo there with the Ring of the Starlight. I mean, it really ties it all together because once you have the Ring of the Starlight in the combination, you know, then you're getting enough resource where you can just spam your ability, your main ability. And it's going to work on any class, so not just this class. The only reason I chose this class is because he has access to, like, the Masochistic, which gives him heals that way. And he's got some other stuff he can do. Trying to think here. If there's anything else I want to check. Unfortunately, I do have to go to work tonight, so. Poopity doopity. I was thinking about some builds for the Sorceress. There's definitely some interesting ones. I was thinking about like a Chain Lightning / Frozen Orb build, which might actually work surprisingly well, but I'm not entirely sure. Main issue with the Sorceress right now is she really doesn't have a lot of boss killing power. The Helmet of Lucian, which is amazing, is bugged, and I doubt that thing's coming into the live server in the way that it was intended. Speaking of the Helmet of Lucian, which causes all your abilities to cost more resource, I mean, the Starlight aspect is just another way that you could potentially have infinite resource in that regard. Alright, guys and gals, I think I'm going to hop off. I got to get to work anyway. So, as always, I do appreciate you guys and gals joining me, and be sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and help me out to become even more famous, I guess. I don't know. 35,000 subscribers coming up here soon, and I did promise, believe it or not, that I would sing you guys a song, 35K in the Bank song. So, you know, you gotta hold me to that and get me to 35,000 subs. So I'll do my 35,000 K in the 35K in the Bank song. Anyway, keep watching.